27 games remaining. 17 of those 27, or making 16 of the 27 actually, including tonight's matchup on the road. Yeah, they have succeeded on the road at a great rate. What a percentage for the Lakers overall. And now the starting five of the matchups tonight for the Lakers and the Wolves. We just talked about Kevin Love. He was coming off the bench. He's the man in the middle now instead of Al Jefferson. Foy coming off big games. Telfair a couple of games ago, a career best. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes tonight. Ryan Gomes, he's been their constant, though. He has been their rock, along with Al Jefferson, down to the baseline. And the same fives, of course, for the Lakers over the last 9 since Andrew Bynum went down. Well, Phil Jackson talking about the way Minnesota has gone small, and he knows they want to run. They want to get it out of the net, even off makes. They want to look like Phoenix. That's the goal for Kevin McHale and the Timberwolves, and they have definitely responded since he moved out of the front office as the general manager and took over for Randy Whitman as the head coach. Much better basketball for the fans here in Minnesota. Well, keys to the game coming in. Stu, your views.
This is a game where I have a couple of different views tonight. One, no career games. What I mean by that is they've suffered some injuries. You can't have somebody else come in and get a career night, have the best scoring, best rebounding game of their career. Also, test their bigs on the inside. 6'7", Kevin Love starting. You're going to see probably Mark Maxson. You're going to see some undersized players there. Let's give them a big test. And maybe the biggest test of all, keep them under 40% shooting. You know the Lakers are 11-0 when they hold the opposition under 40%. I know that's a stretch they're asking them to hold this team under 40%. But you got to set defensive goals so that you can have something to look forward to each and every possession. Not take possessions off defensively. Not take quarters off defensively. You play hard each and every play.
So we're ready to go, but first let's head over to John Ireland. John? All right, we will be back. A little difficulty there with John's microphone. We'll check in momentarily with John Ireland. So it is controlled by the Lakers. Beat this team not long ago. About 4 weeks ago. It's a hold on the mismatch. Luke Walton exploded Crawford. Now it's Sebastian Telfair trying to check him.
Well, they switched on that play. Why they switched, I don't know. You don't want Sebastian Telfair on Luke Walton.
Let's head over now to John Ireland. John?
Thank you, Joel. Kobe Bryant, who's about to inbound the ball, is 14 points away from passing Elgin Baylor on the Lakers' all-time scoring list. Normally, Kobe doesn't care about stuff like that, about records, but I talked to him about it before the game, and he told me because of the two names that are ahead of him, Elgin Baylor and Jerry West, he cares a great deal about this. He said he has the utmost respect for Elgin Baylor, huge fan of his personally and professionally, and if he gets those 14 points tonight, it would be significant to him because it's Elgin, Joel.
All right, well, Kobe, big night about 4 weeks ago, had 30, led the Lakers with 7 in double figures to 132, and a little bit long as it's tapped out of bounds. Last touch by Luke Walton.
For him to get 14 tonight, that's not going to be any stretch. He may have 14 before the quarter's over, and we haven't had any scores yet.
Lakers 19-6 on the road, 45-10 overall against a Minnesota team at 18-36. And they actually have a better winning percentage on the road than at home. Good box out by Derek Fisher. Now on the run, Lamar Odom up against Mike Miller. Didn't get the roll.
A little too much English on that one. Spin, I should say.
Telfair thought about kicking into the corner. Instead, Ryan Gomes. And the long rebound. Gasol went in, the ball went out, and a second chance opportunity.
I'm surprised they don't ask Mike Miller to do more offensively. He's a guy that has a history of being a tremendous shooter.
Slips it inside. Nice assist for Kevin Love. Miller can score. When he's handled it, though, lately, he has turned it over. Lamar with a good seal, but it's taken away, and a foul is called. There's a hold on the hip. So Ryan Gomes has it.
And what the Lakers are going to have to do, once they get the ball on the inside, the big, whoever it is going to have to read really quick because they're going to double team on the catch, and that's going to free either the dive man up or the perimeter guy for the easy jump.
With a size advantage for Pau Gasol, so you want to see him on the box with it against Kevin Love. He's got it, and he's got the first 2 points of the game for the Lakers.
Well, they should milk that until there's nothing left.
He has played so many minutes since Andrew Bynum went down over the last 10. Pau Gasol averaging 42 minutes a game. But talk about a well-conditioned athlete. Now Kevin Love as the clock comes down. Foy leaving it off. Now will they get it off in time? Yes. Found the right guy. Telfair has increased his range. He hits the triple in Miami. Career best on Wednesday night. 30 points for Sebastian Telfair, former first-round pick of the Blazers in 2004.
Kobe in the post. Here comes the double. Quick pass out. Somebody's got to be free.
Extra pass. Luke Walton. And Luke coming off season highs last game. Little carryover. Ties it at 5 apiece.
He better miss a shot soon, though, because if he keeps going 5 for 5 like he did, he'll go out.
I was waiting for that. I knew you were going to sit him down.
He was out for quite a while, and he was shooting pretty well.
He had 14 points, 8 rebounds, both season highs for Luke. Last 2 games, very consistent. Telfair, you better close. You used to want him to take that shot, but now he's got confidence.
Yeah, you still kind of want him taking it.
8-5. Pau Gasol. Real short. Man, knocked out of bounds by Love. So 16 still left on the shot clock. It never got to the rim. 9:20 left in the first 12. Phoenix losing earlier today to the Boston Celtics. Boston playing without Kevin Garnett for the first time since the injury. Fish challenged. Lip of the rim, and Miller's got the rebound. So a run out by Telfair, and it came up short. So the Lakers start the contest 2 for 6. Screen and roll. Love lost the handle. It looked like Kobe may have deflected it away and out of bounds. But it still belonged to Minnesota with 9 on the shot clock.
Well, both Lamar was there trying to, as Love missed to handle the ball. Lamar's there to block it, send it out of bounds. That's why the Timberwolves are getting another possession.
On the run, Foy can't handle it. Now, shot clock considerations, and he knows it. He'll find Gomes. Beat the clock, and just barely for a 5-point lead early for Minnesota. As I mentioned, the Lakers had 132 points at the Target Center on January 30th. That's about 3 weeks now. And it's going to be a walk they call on Kobe. Stepping back before he put it down.
The second time in 2 games, Kobe's been called for traveling, and that's just unusual for him. His footwork is amongst the best.
The Timberwolves, who have had problems with turnovers over the last couple of games, crease for Gomes, and Love wasn't ready for it. Out of bounds. They've had 42 turnovers over the last 2 games. That is a first so far. Gasol running and rewarded. It's back to a 3-point deficit.
Well, if you want your bigs to keep running like that, you better reward them, because they'll run a couple of times. If they don't get it, they'll flat stop.
Telfair, third? No. He's already got a couple of 3-pointers. So 1 and done. Lamar Odom bringing it up for the Lakers. Turnaround, and Kobe's on the board. 1-point game. So Kobe's first basket of the game, and John just documented that. John Ireland talking about needing 14 for the 20th spot on the all-time scoring list. Mike Miller, and that is his game.
Yes, it is.
Spotting up, spacing, and waiting. 13-9 Minnesota, real hot to start, and especially beyond the arc. Kobe on the turnaround over the smaller man. He can do that all day long on Randy Foy.
Yeah, that's why I was saying that who's ever in the post, you just have to make quick decisions, because they're going to be trying to send a double team. That time, it's so quick, they had no chance to get to Kobe.
Well, let's see if they can start getting stops. 5 of 8 is the beginning, and 3 of 5 from beyond the arc for Minnesota. Almost 5 minutes gone by, and a 2-point lead for the Wolves. Kevin Love, and he's got a good stroke. Back to 4, 15-11.
Now, that's happening a lot because of the semi-dribble penetration. It's bringing the defender, freeing up that open man.
On the dive, Derek Fisher tripped, and a couple of free throws coming up.
Derek went down in a heap that time. Hopefully he's okay. When Derek doesn't bounce up, you know that there was some serious contact. Kevin Love picks up the foul. Derek says, that floor, can't win that battle at all.
It's early. He's not lathered up. Not a lot of slide.
No, and that's what you don't want to have happen when you haven't lathered up and you have to hit the floor like that. So Derek will go to the charity stripe and shoot 2.
13 foul on Minnesota. So still a foul to give with 6:59 to play in the opening 12. Fish hit big free throws down the stretch in overtime for the Lakers. Kobe, of course, hit the free throws down the stretch. As I bring that up, Fish misses the first of the contest tonight. One of the best free throw shooters for the Lakers, better than 85% of the season.
Maybe still suffering the effects of that meeting with Mr. Floor.
Taking his time on the second, and he'll get the roll. So it's very early as the Lakers are down by 3 against a team that they have dominated. Won 3 straight here at the Target Center, 6 straight overall, and 9 of the previous 10 at the expense of Minnesota. Pick and roll game once again. Boy, Telfair not carrying it. It'll be Gomes for 3. And the rebound over to Lamar Odom.
If the Lakers keep them on the perimeter like that, I mean, come on, they cannot continue this hot shooting for 48 minutes.
It was almost like that first half against the Warriors when they had 68 and hit 7 of the first 9 from 3 and then couldn't buy a three-pointer in the second half. Now 7 of the shot clock. Fish, tough jumper, off balance.
They got hit.
Yeah, he felt like it, and he looked back at the official. Now Gomes on the run. And Lamar stayed out of his way, but did contest it. So no contact. Kobe over Kevin Love. Pau Gasol. What a catch. What a fastball.
That was something, because not only was it a great catch, but he was under the basket. So when he caught it, he was somehow able to lay it in while in the air.
If it surprised you, how do you think Gasol felt? And it's going to be a moving pick on Kevin Love. He's got a second foul. You watch Fish, who sells it as well as anyone in the game.
Nobody sells it as good as Mr. Fisher. That last basket, got to review it. As Kobe with the jump pass, and Powell, be ready. Because if your hands aren't in the ready position there, that ball goes right through your body.
Accountability. AC 360. At 10 p.m., that's what we're all about.
Keeping them honest, putting the pressure on politicians and people in power. All we want are honest answers. The truth.
The truth matters. We're keeping them honest. Someone has to. Raw, honest reporting. Anderson Cooper 360. Weeknights at 10 Eastern on CNN.
Clones versus droids. Jedi versus Sith. Good versus evil.
I will deal with the Jedi myself.
And a few laughs in between. You've just taken your first step into a larger world. Star Wars, The Clone Wars. A new adventure this Friday at 9 p.m. Their galaxy isn't far, far away anymore.
We're clear.
Only on Cartoon Network.
There he is, LeBron James. LeBron likes to use music to achieve that warrior-like intensity.
Time after time, if you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time.
If you fall, I will catch you. I will be waiting. Time after time.
Unexpected. And that's what you can expect from LeBron James, is the unexpected.
I'm Ray Allen of the Boston Celtics. The NBA, where caring happens.
Back once again to the Target Center as the Lakers have cut it down. It was once 5. It's a 1-point lead for Minnesota. Oklahoma City here on KCAL 9. The Thunder. What a classic name that is, isn't it? The Thunder on Tuesday. Is that a roller derby team? No. And then the Suns at home on Thursday. Turner takes over for that baby. And the Nuggets in the second of a back-to-back on the road. That's going to be an interesting one. They're a different team with Chauncey Billups. That's the Lakers cast on KCAL 9. On Friday night. Hot start from beyond the arc for the Wolves.
Well, yeah, they're knocking down some three-point shots. So obviously, Sebastian Telfair got him started. He's got 2 under his belt already, but I don't look at him as a three-point shooter. So he may knock down a few early, but I think that just entices him to take more, and I think that entices them to get out of what they want to do offensively. So to shoot it from that distance for 48 minutes at that kind of a rate is difficult.
Minnesota's had their issues at home recently. They've lost 5 consecutive games here on their home floor. As their last home victory came on January 25th at the expense of the Bulls, and they won it in overtime over Chicago. Chicago losing on the road today by 7 at Indiana. A big game for them for that 8th spot in the Eastern Conference. Talk about some of the other games earlier today. Well, Jason Collins has checked into the game. Kevin Love's got a couple of fouls, so Harvard Westlake product into the contest very early tonight. Luke Walton up against Mike Miller backing him down. Spacing. Fish on the run out. Inside the arc gives the Lakers the lead at 16-15. Wise choice.
In that time, Luke Walton was being guarded by Mike Miller, so size-wise, they're about the same. I don't know why they needed to help. It freed up Derek Fisher.
On the handoff, Randy Foy caught into the basket. Looked like a turnover waiting to happen. Now, set it up for Gomes. And Gomes regains the advantage for Minnesota. So the Timberwolves at 58%. Both teams 7 of 12 from the field so far. Boy, Clips, you saw that score, giving up 65 the first half. They've had some issues defensively. Mismatch, Kobe using the glass. And Kobe up to a half dozen and counting, so only 8 away from moving among the top 20 in NBA scoring history.
Well, they're going to have real issues if they're going to have Randy Foy guarding Kobe.
Pau Gasol clears it out with the Lakers on top.
And he's just too short to guard Kobe on the box.
Kobe sets up early against Foy. No double. And on his way down, didn't get to the rim. Lamar trying to tap it around, but tapped it out of bounds. So Minnesota gets it right back. I think Kobe was maybe surprised the double never came.
Well, he double clutched it, and that's where he got himself into a little bit of trouble. We've seen him make that shot before, but that's a very difficult shot to convert on a consistent basis.
Kobe had 39 on Friday night at Staples Center, 11 of the 39 coming in overtime. It'll be Gomes on a challenge and go into the line. Clipped on the elbow by Lamar Odom. Good-looking player. Former second-round pick Ryan Gomes out of Providence in his 4th year.
I mean, Lamar was right in his face, but his arm comes forward, hits him on the hand. Shot was released, so it was right after the ball was out of his hand, still in the act. And the officials right on the spot make the call, 3-point opportunity coming to Gomes and the Timberwolves.
The 26-year-old from Waterbury, Connecticut, former second-round pick of the Celtics in 2005. He was taken, talk about a bargain, 50th overall. He can play. And he came over as one of the keys in the Garnett deal, along with Al Jefferson. So that ends a 72 run for the Lakers and gives Minnesota on the 3-point play a 2-point lead at 20-18. Pau Gasol going to Kobe, and Kobe slams it. It's even at 20, and Kobe's got 8 on 4 of 6.
Let's see, that time he started almost in a stack with Powell and acted like he was going to go to the other side. And Foy tried to overplay him, and he just stepped back and had the inside position.
Kobe taking it with a backdoor. Now, Gomes asking for it against Kobe. And Pau Gasol meets him up top of the block. Collins saves it off Powell with 7 of the shot clock. So an alert play by Jason Collins to give him a shot at the offensive end.
Nice job by Powell defensively, though, to be able to make that kind of a play without committing the foul. As Gomes goes up, shows the ball a little too early. Not that big of a high fly act to show a 7-footer to basketball that soon.
Gomes too clean a look on the inbounds. And a break for the Lakers as it goes across to Kobe. Both teams hitting it at a high percentage offensively at the outset. Kobe over the shoulder shot. And Fish trying to leave it off. It'll be retrieved plenty of time by Luke. Kobe again. Man held up by Foy.
Foy's doing the right thing now. He has to try to battle Kobe on the box. Cannot just stand behind him and let him catch the ball. Fight for that position. Make him catch it a little bit further out and then ask for your teammates to give you a little bit of defensive support.
Wolves 4th team fouls. So they are out of fouls. Lakers shoot the rest of the quarter. Powell hasn't really looked for the face-up game. Collins, smart play. He got a piece of it, blocked it. Otherwise, it's on its way. And Powell can hit that shot. A couple of free throws.
Powell facing up. And again, the smart thing offensive players do is they don't commit a dribble yet. They face up and then try to get a reaction from the defender, then put it on the floor.
Talk about the minutes for Powell since Drew went down. 42 minutes over the last 10 games. And over the last 10, that same span, Powell's averaged 22 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists on just 62% shooting. And when you look at the numbers on Friday night, remember, he played 49 of a possible 53 minutes for a big guy. He's in shape. 21-20, Lakers by a point. He gets 1 of 2 at the stripe. Now inside of 3 to play in the opening 12. And it'll be a foul on Fish.
Yeah, good call.
He went across Gomes trying to take it away.
Derek is a second late anticipating that play because Lamar shut off the baseline. Then he could have gotten it. Kobe worked on the inside, and so are the Lakers. They lead by 1.
This is some game. The Lakers are mounting a furious comeback.
Here we go, fourth quarter. He's watching the clock. You need a score. He's done it all tonight. Oh, what a move.
Oh, the crowd is chanting, Kobe, Kobe, Kobe.
He shakes free. He pulls up with the man in his face. Off balance.
Oh, what a shot by Kobe Bryant. 43 points on the night.
See it. Get it. Experience it.
Looking forward to playing in Boston, having fun. We all are energetic about trying to be the best team we can be. We're not a flawless team. We're a team in progress. We have to come out here and play together, and we didn't do it tonight. You have to continue to keep your head up, take it one game at a time. And if we can get through this, then it's one more step toward the goal. Win the NBA championship. In order for us to win, man, just what we got to do to close this thing out. What's he gonna say now? What can you say now?
Kobe Bryant can do it all. But he'll be the first to tell you that it takes teamwork to win in the NBA. And in Pau Gasol, he's found a world-class teammate. The yin to his yang, the George to his Wheezy. A fiery, scrappy, selfless competitor that gives 100%. Wow, these are damper than I expected. Speaking of teamwork, how about a little help under here? Anybody?
Winning combination 56, 3, and 15. Enter right now at kcal9.com/Lakers. Brought to you in part by Discount Tire Centers.
Welcome back to Minnesota. I'm John Ireland, and you are looking at Phil Jackson's college jersey, and it's in the hands of Brad Olson, who lives here in Minnesota. Now, you went to North Dakota, like Phil. How did you land up with his jersey?
1985, I was out for a run, and there was a yard sale going on, and I needed some more clothes, and I happened to run by, and I saw this on a table for 50 cents.
50 cents, and it's his actual game-worn jersey. Who had the yard sale, do you know?
It was in the neighborhood of his old baseball college coach, so I'm wondering if it wasn't his.
Well, we're going to try and get Phil to sign that for you after the game. If he signs it, it'll be worth a lot. What are you going to do with it?
I'm going to keep it. Phil's always been a hero of mine. I want to keep it.
Well, thanks for stopping by and sharing that with us.
Thanks again.
That's Brad Olson, guys, with Phil's college jersey. Back to you.
Talk about bargains. Thanks, John. Good story. A little bit long on the try by Gomes. Right on line, though, despite Lamar Odom.
But that's a good defensive possession for the Lakers. They got after it. Kobe denied Foy, and Lamar really working.
And Lamar on the fall away is rewarded at the opposite end. Lamar gets his first basket of the game on his second try. Lakers with their biggest lead of the game now. They're up by 3. We've got a little more than 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Mike Miller, too easy as Ariza came into the game.
That's a good screen away from the ball to keep Powell from being able to make a play defensively by Collins.
Kevin Ollie, LA native, matching up with Jordan Farmar, is also just checked into the game. And Farmar on the curl, behind and over his shoulder on the reverse. Good to see Jordan get to the rim.
Jordan has shown that he can get there, and he's got some nice ups to finish. Once he's there, that time a little flip over the shoulder.
Pick action for Mike Miller. Miller turned it over 7 times last game. They're trying to get him more involved offensively. As you mentioned, he's got plenty of game. Now Farmar again sets up Pau Gasol. Doesn't get the roll.
You know, that's one where Powell can't try to duplicate Jordan Farmar. He's got to try to dunk that one.
Randy Foy, inside position. Mike Miller, not known for his rebounding. 25-24. As Miller gets his third early bucket. He's got 7 to start the contest. The Lakers at 61%. Despite that, though, lead by only 48%. And now a takeaway on the entry to Kobe. Second turnover for the Lakers. Kobe on the gamble. And for the Lakers, they're first in the final 2 minutes. So coming to the side.
You know, Kobe, if you just saw a shot of that, Kobe had his right hand up talking to Jordan. When you're in the post and you want the basketball, you throw it to where the offensive guy has his hand, where he wants it. He'll show you the hand, and that's where you want to throw the ball. If he doesn't throw you or show you a hand, then you tell him, yeah, I didn't know where you wanted the ball. The defender is right there in the in-between area. You got to tell me where you want to receive the pass.
Kobe heads over to the bench, 6 away from moving into the top 20 on the all-time scoring list. He's got 8 on 4 of 6. Sasha checks in. Craig Smith out of Fairfax High also in. And on the flip, Carney gets his own miss. So second chances as well now for the Timberwolves. 26-25, Lakers by 1. That's 6-0 now. Minnesota in second chance points. The Lakers lead the league in that category. Lamar inside the arc, long two. And it's back to a 27-26, 1 point advantage for the Lakers.
Amazing how much better you shoot as a first resort. Lamar came off of that one and had shot in mind.
Farmar taps it. Good rotations defensively. A break for the Lakers, and Ariza will finish it off.
Good tap by Jordan Farmar along the baseline. Then Sasha got possession of it, gives it back to Jordan, and easy hoop for Trevor.
Wolves have played for the final shot. They brought in Carney, Smith, and the man out front, Kevin Ollie. Final possession, and the Lakers don't have a foul to give. Ollie inside the arc. And a break. It tried to go down. Pau Gasol will have it to end the first 12 minutes of play. So the Lakers doing up offensively. Need to get those stops.
Yeah, they gave up 26 to this team. I think that's a little too much. On the average, that's over 100 points. And this team, especially without Al Jefferson, should not be able to put up that many points on the Lakers. We head to the second with the Lakers up by 3.
DNA is just, that's just bananas. Actually like a living organism. It's DNA in a video game. It's like a computer that can talk and learn and stuff. It's crazy, isn't it? Oh, man. It automatically tracks the stats of the players, the injuries, the hot streaks. I don't know who thought about it, but he was a genius, man. It updates every day. Like, that's bananas, man.
Rated E for everyone.
Now $1.99. It was tested. And tested again. The Kia Sedona was the first minivan to earn both the Insurance Institute's top safety pick and the government's 5-star crash safety rating in all 4 categories. The Kia Sedona. No other minivan has a higher safety rating.
The Kia Sedona, starting under $16,800 after $5,000 cash back.
First I was afraid. I was petrified.
Kept thinking that each meeting meant
that I would have to fly.
But then I spent so many nights
reading emails way too long.
Then I grew strong.
Network video came along, and so I'm back.
No time to waste. Just click the mouse and get things done.
See people face to face.
I should have changed things long ago.
This technology saved the day.
More collaboration, less complication. That's the human network effect. Learn more at cisco.com/newways.
Chris Paul of the New Orleans Hornets is an assist leader on the court and in the community. Whether he's helping Habitat for Humanity build homes, or teaching children the values of teamwork and sportsmanship, or promoting a healthy and active lifestyle, or helping those in need, Chris Paul makes his community stronger.
I'm Chris Paul of the New Orleans Hornets, the NBA where caring happens.
Chris Bosh of the Toronto Raptors, the NBA, where caring happens.
To achieve yet another milestone, and I said he might have 14 at the end of the first quarter. Well, he doesn't have 14, but he does have 8 on 4 out of 6 shooting. And most of it coming on the inside as he's smart, knowing that it's less work when you're playing against a smaller player as he was against Randy Ford. Save some of that energy for possibly late in the game if need be.
Lakers start the second 12 with only one starter out there. We've seen this before. That's Pau Gasol. He's joined by Trevor Ariza, Jordan Farmar. They're already on the floor. Sasha Vujacic and Josh Powell coming in for the first time. And let's see if there's a little more rhythm to the second unit because they did struggle. There's no question on Friday night at Staples Center. Phil Jackson talking to the media before the game tonight said that they need to pick it up confidence-wise after kind of an uneven, lack of rhythm effort.
So a lot of that, I think, was the Lakers' second unit was going against quite a few of the opponents' first unit. It kind of got them out of sync a little bit. But right now, it's more second unit against second unit. So let's see what the Lakers can do about taking this 3-point lead and building one.
Foul was on Josh Powell, his first of the contest. So they put 14 on the shot clock. Quick hands, Jordan Farmar. Ali will bring it in one more time.
You always hear the adage, play defense with your feet, which you do. You have to move your feet, but you have to be able to utilize your hands. And that time, Jordan Farmar, the ball was exposed. Jordan reached in and just about again.
Right.
Doing a good job of anticipating and just came up with the steal there. But utilizing his hands, you have to know how to do that without fouling.
Jump into the lap, basically, of Jerry Seaston. #1 assistant for the Timberwolves over there with a smile on his face. Jason Collins, right on line but long and beaten with a punch by Jordan Farmar. Jordan really moving well. Active at the outset tonight. 29-26 Lakers to start the second quarter. Trevor Ariza, an early bucket like Jordan Farmar, so 4 early points from the second unit. Ariza got to make a decision. A lean. Josh Powell couldn't hold on to the second chance opportunity picked up from behind by talented kid Rodney Carney. And Sasha will take it, and he's a loose ball foul on Carney.
And Carney mishandled it and then felt he couldn't pick up the dribble, so he just tried to shield Sasha from getting to the ball, and Sasha got a hand on it and then the foul on Carney. So good defensive play for the Lakers, causing a turnover and getting another opportunity.
4 early turnovers for Minnesota, and they have struggled. We talked about that at the outset of the telecast. They've turned it over a lot lately. 21 on average over the last 2 games. Sasha with the extra pass. Josh Powell with a face-up game. The Lakers now with their biggest lead of the contest. 31-26 and a half dozen from the guys off the bench.
Well, Josh Powell acting like Sasha on that one. I mean, you talk about a quick catch and shoot. Man, he got rid of that in a hurry.
This is a good matchup right now for Craig Smith. On the dive, Smith had it poked away. There's Farmar again.
Jordan
real active. Farmar, Ali on the block, and Farmar will shoot 2.
Yeah, that time Kevin Ollie was not in good position, not good enough position to get the offensive foul against Jordan, and contact, 3-point play, not there because Jordan misses the shot, goes to the line to shoot a pair. But Jordan, that team defense, and Jordan has really been active in that team defense.
Short on the first of 2. Lakers free throw shooting down. We've discussed that over the last couple of weeks. Did a better job, though, in the overtime game on Friday night. We know Jordan's got a great stroke. He can hit the 3 ball. Now, getting to the rim and even a mid-range game. Things that he needs to develop because there's plenty of talent there. 32-26. Lakers by 6. Won the first game against Minnesota by 12. And then on January 30th, won by 13. 132-119 over the Wolves. Smith, clear path to the basket. And a little runner by the big guy.
Now, where was the defender on that play? Josh Powell was on the other side of the paint. And all of a sudden, Smith has a freebie.
So 2 minutes gone by. Gasol working against Jason Collins. And over Collins, soft touch. Off the lip of the rim, back to a half dozen.
Not only soft touch, but great read because Jason Collins was there defensively, forced Powell to alter the shot, add a little bit more to it, and he did.
Powell hedging, jumping out. Smith available, though. And another one as he goes to the line, looking for the 3-point play. They'll call it on Josh Powell. Good start for the LA native out of Boston College, Craig Smith.
They're just hanging around the basket, waiting on any kind of play to develop. There it is. Play from Kevin Ollie, a 3-point opportunity coming as the Lakers looking around like, who's the foul on? Well, regardless of who is on, get on the line, get ready for a rebound because he's shooting a free throw.
This is a guy that always suits up. So at 5 games, all he missed over his first 2 years. He just had a cracked rib. He missed 4 and it killed him. It was the toughest period of time for him, missing 4 games because he's been that steady for him off the bench. 34-31 as Smith off the bench. Very productive tonight. He's got 5 already. And Smith on the takeaway. Trying to go behind his back a little bit too much that time. Numbers for the Lakers.
Yeah, that was a poor decision that time.
Thrown away. Points off a turnover. Carney leaves it off. Talk about ragged.
They're going to get a basket out of that.
Talk about ugly. And they'll take it. 34-33.
Carney tripped over the paint, and somehow they get a layup out of the play.
9 minutes left in the half. A lane for Ariza. And Trevor off the glass. 36-33. Ariza with his second bucket.
Trevor doesn't need much of a lane. He sees a little crack in the defense. He slithers through it, gets the hoop.
Good play on the pick and roll. Ollie wasn't going back that other way anyway. Now Craig Smith. Couple of fakes and got it away.
Craig Smith making a living in the paint.
How about 9 points in 5 minutes on 4 of 4 for Craig Smith?
You could make the 4 that he made.
Jordan Farmer leaves it off with a beautiful pass. Pau Gasol on the dunk, and the Lakers are back up by 3.
That's what happens when you don't stand there and spectate. Good cut by Jordan, and nice, even a better pass for the easy hoop for Pau.
It's 13 assists for the Lakers on their first 17 makes. Second best in the league in assists. And Josh Powell clears it out.
Well, give Trevor some credit on that play. Kevin Ollie thought, uh-oh, I'm going to eat this one.
Farmar talked about the stroke, and it looked like it was going down for him. Smith. That's a brick wall you're running into. Ollie on his way, and is everybody okay?
Trevor had his leg taken, falling on the right ankle. Yeah, that's a dangerous type play, but Trevor seems to be okay. Thank goodness. That is dangerous. We got a timeout. 7:40 to go in the half. The Lakers lead it by 3, and Jordan Farmar, the pass, and Powell says, I can like this. You give me shots like this all the time, I'll lead the league in percentage.
Nice to see Greg Oden moving around again. Now, this close, you can really see what makes him such a force in the paint. Oh, Gary, maybe just move back a bit. Folks want to stay seated. There's no danger. Gary, back up. Gary, back up, Gary. Okay, that was let's move on.
Lakers, brought to you in part by the Flame Boiler.
3-point lead for the Lakers and a jump ball out of the timeout. And our best to a guy sitting courtside with us and a guy we like a lot. His play-by-play partner right next to him, Tom Hanneman, and Jimmy Peterson. Happy birthday, Jim. 47 years old today, played his college ball as a Golden Gopher, 8 years in the NBA. One of the good guys that we get to see when we come to Minneapolis.
Yeah, happy birthday, Jimmy. Don't look a day over 46.
You're cold, man.
That's my guy there. Like
we like him a lot, both those guys. Well, Kobe's got 8 as the count continues for top 20 on the all-time scoring list. He's been on the bench with a minute left in the first 12. He went and sat down. Danny Crawford was at the other end of the floor for some reason, and the jump was at this end. So
well, he went down to fix the net. The net was a little bit entangled, and I thought he was going to go down and throw the ball up to get it to be fixed, but he just held the ball in his arm and jumped up and did it. Showing off a little bit, Danny.
What athleticism. Tip controlled by Josh Powell. Fortunately, he didn't tip it too strong because it was right in front of the rim. Lakers by 3. Lamar Odom back on the floor for the Lakers. Pau Gasol gets his first break of the game, and Lamar ball. Boy, stroke looks great. 40-35. You talk about the confidence when it's just decisive.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way you have to be. I mean, few players can be real effective shooting the ball as a second or third resort. There are some, Kobe could shoot it as an eighth resort and still be effective. But most players need to be aggressive-minded to start with.
Smith will get the roll. All-star night for Craig Smith. He's 5 of 5. He's got 11 points.
What's his career high? Well, I'm serious.
I'm looking right now for
Look it up. I mean, I said, I told the guys, no career highs tonight. And here Smith is off to a nice start.
He averages 19 a game, or 9 a game, rather.
I would say not 19.
Yeah, 9 a game. Is it 36? What is his career best? We'll get that in a moment. Lakers by 3. And a hold on Josh Powell off the ball down low. That's the second for Josh. Also the Lakers' second team foul.
Minnesota going back to a couple of their starters. So the Lakers respond by doing the same thing, bringing back Powell and Kobe.
They listed at 36 points for Craig Smith. Career best.
All right.
36.
He might get that in his half. The rate he's going. Somebody keep him off the glass and defend him when he's in the paint.
Telfair back in on the dribble penetration. Sebastian Telfair. Well, he was taken 13th overall in 2004, and everybody thought it was way too soon. And he struggled when he came out of high school. Lincoln High in Brooklyn. But it's been a solid season on the dive. It's batted around. Kobe will keep it alive. Looked like a turnover, didn't it? Now Kobe the mismatch. Backing down Telfair. On the dive, it'll be Lamar Odom. Kobe waited. He found him. 42-39. Second assist. Make it
Jordan.
the third.
Jordan again.
Took it away.
Short.
Real short.
He said, I stole it. I deserve this one.
It's only a 3-point game. Craig Smith asking for the ball. And he ran with it. It'll be going back the other way. The Lakers will have it when we come back to Minneapolis.
Boy, have the officials been consistent with that call this year. They really have been good at blowing the whistle on the travel. 5:48 left in the half.
Chris Paul of the New Orleans Hornets is an assist leader on the court and in the community. Whether he's helping Habitat for Humanity build homes, or teaching children the values of teamwork and sportsmanship, or promoting a healthy and active lifestyle, or helping those in need, Chris Paul makes his community stronger.
I'm Chris Paul of the New Orleans Hornets, the NBA where caring happens.
There goes another shattered watch. That's why I don't do 360 dunks anymore. Anyway, off to the right side of the bus, you're going to see one of the NBA's premier point guards. The Hornets' Chris Paul, or CP3 as the kids like to call him, is one of the most exciting. Gary! The fast break is demonstrated by Chris Paul, ladies and gentlemen. Last season, he led the league with 11.6 assists per game. CP3 can keep this going all night long. How are we doing on gas, Gary?
This is some game. The Lakers are mounting a furious comeback.
Here we go, fourth quarter. Just watching the clock. You need a score. He's done it all tonight. Oh, what a move.
Oh, the crowd is chanting, Kobe, Kobe, Kobe.
He shakes free. He pulls up with the man in his face. Off balance.
Oh, what a shot by Kobe Bryant. 43 points on the night.
See it. Get it. Experience it. The game happens here. The launch of an all-new fan experience on NBA TV. Get all the best on and off the court, plus new live, studio, and exclusive behind-the-scenes coverage. NBA TV, the game happens here.
I'm Ray Allen of the Boston Celtics. The NBA, where caring happens.
Again to Minneapolis as the Lakers lead by 3. Bulls will have the basketball. Our answer to the Lakers after the turnover by Smith. Our text question tonight brought to you by Carl's Jr. Well, the biggest loss. T-Mac, Stoudemire, or Big Al Jefferson, who's averaging 22 and 11 for the Wolves. 86212 on your cell. That is the number to text, and your opportunity to win. 86212 on your cell. And Craig Smith putting together some real strong numbers early in this game. Out of Fairfax High, he's got 11 points off the bench in only 7 minutes. Talked about his career best. That came And last year, right before the first of the year, against Washington, 36 for Smith that night. DJ Bengian. Kobe over the smaller man, and Kobe into double figures and only 4 away from top 20 all time as Kobe's got 10.
Let's see if the Lakers can close out the final 5.5 with a real defensive spurt here.
The starters back on the floor with the exception of DJ Benga. Love got inside and tapped it barely off as he wheeled his way in the middle. Luke Walton on the trail. And it'll be Craig Smith with the box out. So the Lakers by 5. Foy open floor and blocked away by Benga. The secondary defender helped out. Lamar had him inside.
Well, he got all of it, too. Didn't have to get quite so much of it. I know DJ says, I haven't been on the floor much, too. I've got to get vent out some of this frustration. Gets it all.
It'll be Foy on the inbounds. Man, long rebound, Ryan Gomes. He draws the contact. He's going to the line as Benga got another block.
Well, Luke Walton picks up the foul, so that'll send the Timberwolves to the line. Ryan Gomes off to a nice start. A little quiet start, but a real nice start for Ryan Gomes as he's looking for his 8th and 9th points.
Let's head over to John Ireland. John.
Guys, Kevin Love's back in the game, and of course most UCLA fans know Kevin. Last year he played for the Bruins, helped lead them to the Final Four, and it's a well-known fact that Kevin's uncle, Mike Love, was the lead singer of the Beach Boys. But what a lot of people don't know is that Kevin's father, Stan, had a brief cup of coffee in the NBA, played 2 seasons with the Lakers in 74 and 75, and if I'm not mistaken, Stu, you were one of his teammates. What do you know about Kevin's dad, Stan?
Stan was a good guy, or is a good guy. I shouldn't say was. He still is a good guy. Good teammate, and, you know, basketball mind. That's why Kevin Love is so fundamentally sound. He gets it from his father. When you're around the game like that and your father's telling you the right way to play, makes it easy.
Over the top, Kobe trying to get it to Benga. Slips away. Another turnover for the Lakers. Will it be points off a giveaway? A little more than 4.5 left in the first half. They'll call a trip on Benga. And is that number 5 or number 4 on the Lakers? That is team foul 5. So now the Wolves shoot the rest of the half.
And you see more and more guards doing this these days, and that's splitting the high screen. You get that big to step out. It's difficult for the big because if he steps out too late, the guard turns the corner. If he steps out too soon, the guard splits him. So it's something that you got to spend a lot of time on in practice, teaching when and how to approach that.
Can't get the first of 2. Randy Foy on Friday night when they lost another one at home, 112-105 to the Indiana Pacers. He had a career best. So they're backcourt in consecutive games. Career highs on Wednesday night in Miami for Telfair. And for Randy Foy, he had 36 with 5 turnovers and a little gas. Boy, that looked like a tired free throw.
He's been guarding Kobe.
That explains it.
That'll tire you out.
3-point Laker lead at 44-41.
They switch him off of Kobe now, put Mike Miller on Kobe and put Randy Foy on Luke Walton. So Luke should take him to the box.
Now Lamar popping up again. Real short. Kobe couldn't bring it in off his fingertips. The Lakers, even with the miss, close to 61% compared to 47% for the Wolves.
Well, that's the bad news. You're shooting 61% and you're only up 3?
Got to be up more.
Come on.
And they've outscored Minnesota 13-4 in points off turnovers. Going to be Gomes. Ryan Gomes tying things up at 44. So another one beyond the arc. The 4th make on 9 tries on 3-point attempts for Minnesota. Early entry, Lamar Odom, quick release, doesn't get the roll.
Well, he's got that good quick release, but he's got to mix it up now. He's got to let the defender know that you're not going to be able to get a timing jump on me. Fake that shot once in a while.
Gomes with it up in. So back-to-back for Gomes as he leads the Wolves in all scorers now with 14.
Randy Foy back on Kobe, so that's where the Lakers look to exploit again.
The double chain. Lamar Odom lost it against Telfair. And Love with 2 fouls already. Wasn't going to try to get risky there. It's even at 46. Lamar's in double figures, so 3 of the 5 starters for the Lakers in double figures. Lamar, Pau Gasol, and Kobe. Telfair. Good play. closed by the Lakers. But Telfair again with Miller down in the box. Randy Foy. So there's spacing. Seen that before. And a three-point lead for Minnesota.
It's that dribble penetration again. It's just Telfair getting into the paint, causing that secondary defender to have to get there. Kobe picks up an offensive foul. Trying to put the ball right back to the Timberwolves. 2:40 to go in the first half. And the Lakers, who led by 5, see themselves down by 3 in possession of the ball to Minnesota. So we'll see how they close out the half.
The game happens here on NBA League Pass. The season is heating up, and you can still get the most NBA action at a special discount, $99. Follow your favorite team wherever you live. The top players, the amazing plays. You can even watch live games online with NBA League Pass broadband, which is included with your subscription. It's not too late to get maximum access to the NBA. Get NBA League Pass for a special price of $99.
Chris Paul of the New Orleans Hornets is an assist leader on the court and in the community. Whether he's helping Habitat for Humanity build homes, or teaching children the values of teamwork and sportsmanship, or promoting a healthy and active lifestyle, or helping those in need, Chris Paul makes his community stronger.
I'm Chris Paul of the New Orleans Hornets, the NBA where caring happens.
Very few people will understand the level of pressure Rip Hamilton is under right now. I mean, it's one thing to shoot a free throw in an empty gym, and it's another with 20,000 fans screaming at you. Clutch, grace under pressure, that level of focus that one needs to just, that ability to focus all of this out and just,
Back in downtown Minnie, Lakers and Anthem Blue Cross teaming up to encourage all fans to be fit for life. Be sure to locate the Fit for Life web button on Lakers.com for exclusive player editorials, healthy recipes, Laker girl fitness profiles, and a whole bunch more. Just head over to the website. Joel Myers, Stu Lance, John Ireland back in downtown Minneapolis. 10-2 run for the Wolves over the last 2, and they get it. For the Laker turnover, an offensive foul called on Kobe. He's got 10. Lamar with 10. But right now, the Minnesota Timberwolves spacing. The little guards getting inside. You've been talking about the dribble penetration.
Yeah, I mean, Ryan Gomes is the recipient of some of those, but it's Sebastian Telfair primarily that's getting into the paint, and then that's collapsing the Laker defense, and then on the pass or the extra pass, they're finding an open person. And so far, they're knocking down shots. They're shooting 51% from the field, including
Clones versus droids. Jedi versus Sith. Good versus evil.
I will deal with the Jedi myself.
And a few laughs in between. You've just taken your first step into a larger world. Star Wars, The Clone Wars. A new adventure this Friday at 9 p.m. Their galaxy isn't far, far away anymore.
We're clear.
Only on...
Well, I'm happy to be here. I'm looking forward to playing in Boston, having fun, man. We need to establish who we are. We're learning some things, just very small things. Little small things like that add up. And that's big when you're trying to win a ring here. That's the motivation. We all are energetic about trying to be the best team we can be. It's what it is. We got to win. And we didn't do it tonight.
Welcome back to our NBA TV studios. I'm Melanie Collins.
Playing the half fish. Can he give it to him? Real short. And knocked out of bounds by Randy Foy. Pressure from behind by Kobe.
From behind by Kobe and from the side by Lamar. So Lakers attacking the glass as Jason Collins re-enters the game for Kevin Love.
They're trying to make sure that Love does not take up his third foul before the end of the half. So good sub by Kevin McHale. Now Kobe with 10 already. Here comes the double. Taking the ball out of Kobe's hands, and it's over the hands of Lamar Odom. Points off a turnover? No. It'll be off. It looked like it was off Miller. Fish is pleading his case. Fish, quick hands, though. That prevents an easy deuce.
Yeah, the official the Fish is looking at was trailing the play. He didn't have the view. The one on the baseline had the view of the play. That's the guy you have to ask. Lakers fortunate, though. It's a 3-on-1. You normally give up something good.
The final 90 seconds of the half. Let's see if the stops continue for the Lakers. Telfair with a great entry and a couple of free throws coming up for Jason Collins.
Good read by Sebastian Telfair. Sends Jason Collins to the line to shoot 2. Minute 24 to go in the half. And just like everyone anticipated, I should say everyone, most people anticipated a close game because the Lakers are that roller coaster team, up and down defensively. Go through spurts where they play really well and then they go to sleep.
Coming up at the half, Jim Hill, James Worthy. It'll be the Jack in the Box halftime report. Minute 24. So Jason Collins gets the first. Nice run with the New Jersey Nets. Went to Memphis. Coming over during the offseason. Minnesota. Last year of his current agreement. A guy who can definitely board. Do little things downstairs for you. Kobe again, fought away over the smaller man. And he's only 2 away from joining a very elite group in the top 20.
Yeah, he got away with a 3-second violation that time, though.
Is that all?
He was in there for a lifetime.
So Kobe's got a dozen. It's tied at 50. A lot of pick and roll. Foy on the run. Miller in his spot. And too good a look for Mike Miller. Lamar's got to watch out. Break for the Lakers. Will it be, though? That looked like an automatic, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
Looked like a turnover.
Should have been one.
Back door. Powell's there. Luke found him.
Yeah, that was a great pass. Right on at the right height because there was a center with Powell there, but Jason couldn't elevate. His elevator doesn't go up that high.
So the Lakers regaining the lead on a 6-0 run. Stayed out. And Lakers need to slow it down. Play essentially for the final shot of the half. So 61% shooting compared to 45% yet. The Lakers are only up by 2. Now Kobe, but it's going to be a foul, and they had a foul to give.
That's why you have to know, as the offensive team, your bench has to scream out to you that they've got a foul to give so that you exploit it, or you try to make it look like you're going to attack early so that they give the foul early, which leaves you more time to operate with. With 8 seconds, 8.4, that's enough time to operate.
2-man game. Pau Gasol, Luke Walton on the assist again. Lakers by 4. Final shot for the Wolves. It'll be Gomes, not close. The Lakers with a nice close to the half, an 8-0 run.
Again, I mean, they put enough defensive pressure on them in the final minute or so to overtake that little deficit. That's the way they have to play, though, for 48 minutes.
So a 54-50 lead for the Lakers at the break in the first of this 2-game road trip. Minneapolis and Oklahoma City. Let's head back to Southern California now. Join Jim Hill, James Worthy. Time, guys, for the Jack in the Box halftime report. Gentlemen.
And a few laughs in between. You've just taken your first step into a larger world. Star Wars, The Clone Wars. A new adventure this Friday at 9 p.m. Their galaxy isn't far, far away anymore.
We're clear.
Only on Cartoon Network.
Well, I'm happy to be here. I'm looking forward to playing in Boston, having fun, man. We need to establish who we are. We're learning some things, just very small things. Little small things like that add up. And that's big when you're trying to win a ring here. That's the motivation. We all are energetic about trying to be the best team we can be. It's what it is. We got to win. And we didn't do it tonight. You have to continue to keep your head up. Take it one game at a time. See it like every night I have a responsibility to stay physical, stay aggressive. I can't be as good as I am unless I help the group, the team, every day. We're not a flawless team. We're a team in progress. We have to come out here and play together. Tonight we played great basketball as a good team. You know, we're connected. We kept our composure. We made the sacrifices, and it's helping. It's working for us. And if we can get through this, then it's one more step toward go. Win the NBA championship. In order for us to win, man, just what we got to do to close this thing out. What you gonna say now? What can you say now?
There he is, LeBron James. LeBron likes to use music to achieve that warrior-like intensity.
Time after time, if you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I will be waiting. Time
Unexpected. And that's what you can expect from LeBron James, is the unexpected.
Welcome back to our NBA TV studios. I'm Melanie Collins. Hope you've enjoyed the first half of the game on NBA League Pass. With the trade deadline passing last Thursday, our Game Time host, Rick Kamla, decided to pick Steve Smith's brain about the top 5 biggest trades in history. Here's a look back at Rick and Steve, along with the czar, Mike Fratello.
Well, the impactful trades I'm looking at, I'm starting off with number 5. It was the Dirk Nowitzki for Robert Tractor Trailer. What a steal the Dallas Mavericks got when they got a chance to get Dirk, a young Dirk. You know, the foreigner getting a chance to come in from Mavericks and what he's done for that franchise. And individually, I mean, an MVP in the playoffs, and the Milwaukee Bucks got a chance to take Tractor Trailer, who didn't pan out as well as we can see as Tractor Trailer. So that's my number 5. And when you look at what Dirk has done, he's been at Dallas. He's made Dallas a solid team, and his game individually. You know, everybody talked about Dirk being good, but his game went to another level. At number 4, we're looking at the Atlanta Hawks traded Rasheed Wallace to the Detroit Pistons, but I think Bobby Sura and some others. And that trade, I think, put the Detroit Pistons over the hump. And they only won 1 championship, but when you look at them getting to the Eastern Conference Finals 6 times in a row, this was a huge trade, well, I call it a huge gift, Coach, that the Atlanta Hawks gave to the Detroit Pistons. And Rasheed Wallace has done a great job of putting the Detroit Pistons as an elite team in this team for a long time. Number 3 was the Kevin Garnett trade. As of recent, from your Wolves. How'd you feel about that one, Rick?
Trade that had to be made, both to get Kevin Garnett to a contender and rebuild, and I think the Wolves did great in that trade. I think Boston did well in that trade. Obviously, they got a ring out of it.
And that's what you're looking at. Here's a guy, Kevin Garnett. They got a ring, but also they have a chance to get back-to-back rings and even more. And I love what Boston did. Yes, they gave up a lot of young guys, but they wanted to win right now. So one in my era to seeing this trade was an impact trade, in my opinion. Number 2. It was a Shaq coming from the Lakers to Miami. I didn't think he would get it done. The big fella guaranteed to come in the Miami Heat and get a championship. And when you look at it, we didn't know how much the big fella had left. And he surprises me year in, year out. And I think the year before that, I was on the team, the Eastern Conference Finals, we lost to the Pistons. They had a chance to maybe win the championship that year. Dwayne Wade hurt, Shaq was hurt. So it could have been 2 rings. Now when you look at this trade right now, it put the Miami Heat on the map. Yes, they don't have the big fella right now, but to get that ring the Miami Heat franchise was looking for, the big fella brought this one. And number 1, the one I think is one of the huge impact in my lifetime of watching basketball was the Kobe Bryant trade. No one knew where this would go because this was a high school kid. When you look back on it right now, Vlade Divac, a great player, but Kobe Bryant is a guy that would go down as history as one of the game's best player. And then when you look at the rings that he already brought to the Lakers, and that franchise already had a lot of rings, 3 more rings for them. This is my number 1 impact trade that I've seen in a long time. And that's my era, Coach. Tell me about some of yours in your era.
I'll just give you one that I remember that was kind of meaningful. A guy named Kareem Abdul-Jabbar changed uniforms and went from the Milwaukee Bucks to the Los Angeles Lakers, and I don't know if I have to say much more after that.
That's all you have to say. You don't have to say another trade.
Pretty impactful trade.
Pretty impactful. A lot of rings.
For a whole lot of guys that came to Milwaukee, but still, the big fella wound up in L.A.
Was Zelmo Beatty involved in that trade?
Gosh, I don't know, to be honest with you.
But, how about Will Chamberlain being moved? I mean, that was an absolutely monstrous trade back in the day. But how cool was the vintage Kobe Bryant footage right there? With the I like the Laker uniform with the they have the shadow on. I thought that was kind of cool. Kobe with a little bit of afro. And I'm amazed. Not amazed, but tickled that they worked Sean Bradley into the highlight mix, too. Shaquille O'Neal backing him down. It's always good to revisit the good old days when Sean Bradley was in the NBA.
Think of the body type of Kobe. Back then. The slender youngster coming out of high school in the Philadelphia suburbs. And now when you look at Kobe's body now after all the work that he's done in the off seasons and, trying to just get stronger and bulk himself up, you see the evolution of Kobe Bryant.
And the different number. For me, you usually have guys like this. You figure Michael Jordan, 23. Now you got Kobe Bryant, the number 8 era, and the number 24 era. There's something just to look at.
Back with more from Rick, Mike, and Steve in a moment.
It's nice to see Greg Oden moving around again. This close, you can really see what makes him such a force in the paint. Oh, Gary, maybe just move back a bit. Folks, want to stay seated. There's no danger. Gary! Back up! Gary, back up, Gary! Okay. That was, let's move on.
Looking forward to playing in Boston, having fun. We all are energetic about trying to be the best team we can be. We're not a flawless team. We're a team in progress. We have to come out here and play together, and we didn't do it tonight. You have to continue to keep your head up, take it one game at a time, and if we can get through this, then, it's one more step toward the goal. Win the NBA championship. In order for us to win, man, just what we got to do to close this thing out. What's he going to say now? What can you say now?
Chris Paul of the New Orleans Hornets is an assist leader on the court and in the community. Whether he's helping Habitat for Humanity build homes, or teaching children the values of teamwork and sportsmanship, or promoting a healthy and active lifestyle, or helping those in need, Chris Paul makes his community stronger.
I'm Chris Paul of the New Orleans Hornets, the NBA where caring happens.
Kobe Bryant can do it all. But he'll be the first to tell you that it takes teamwork to win in the NBA. And in Pau Gasol, he's found a world-class teammate. The yin to his yang, the George to his Wheezy. A fiery, scrappy, selfless competitor that gives 100%. Wow, these are damper than I expected. Speaking of teamwork, how about a little help under here? Anybody?
Old school, new school, and we got an old school coach, and we got an old school player, but Smitty's going to play the new school side of this, and we're going to compare Isaiah Thomas to Chris Paul, two of the greatest point guards of all time, and see how they measure up. Coach, you first with the man known as Zeke.
Well, we're talking about Isaiah Thomas, who was a 13-year star for the Detroit Pistons in the NBA. Came out of Indiana University, number 2 pick overall in the draft that year. And my guy, averaged almost 20 points per game and just under 10 assists per game over those 13 years. And, oh, by the way, he's a little bit bigger, maybe an inch bigger than Chris Paul is. And he did walk away with a couple of championship rings on his fingers. So now when you watch him play, you may see the same type of ball handling abilities, their ability to get into the lane, to penetrate, to convert when they're on the run inside the defense. And then at the same time, their perimeter game got better as they matured and developed in the NBA. Initially, both of them not known as great outside shooters, but they both got better and better as it went on. Now, remember, Isaiah averaged 20 points or more for 5 years in the NBA, but it wasn't until he realized that he had to back off his scoring and field goal attempts and get other people involved more. That's when they won their championships.
And I'm learning from you, Coach, the broadcasting role. You're learning from a legend, and now we're talking
He's the czar.
He's the czar. And I'm Smitty, so I'm learning. But I'm going to talk about the young Chris Paul, the CP3, who's learned from Isaiah. And since he was drafted out of Wake Forest, and everybody's made this comparison. And when you look at both these guys, just wizards with the basketball, not afraid to get in the lane, and also can score the basketball. And like Coach said, both of their jump shots and their offense evolving as they go on in their career. And yes, Chris Paul is so young in his career, but they both can get in the lane. The one thing I like and compare both of these guys, they're so feisty. Both of them are nasty on the court, and they both have that smile off the court. But when they're on that court, they're trying to go right at you. And they can take over basketball games, and they both play bigger than their size.
Do you think, Coach, you mentioned the resume for Isaiah Thomas, a couple of championships, I don't know how many All-Stars, probably at least 10. Who do you think is going to have the better resume when all is said and done? I mean, we know what Isaiah's done. Do you think Chris Paul has the oomph and the feistiness that Smitty was talking about to build a better resume than Isaiah Thomas?
Well, in this league, aren't you basically judged by championships that you win? Can you bring a team to an NBA championship? And there are a couple of great Hall of Fame players, Stockton, Malone, Charles Barkley, who never tasted, what the championship is all about. So I think we have to wait and let Chris's career, run out before we can really compare them.
I totally agree with Coach. I mean, when you look at it individually, we can talk numbers, we can talk stats, but it's always going to come down to, especially because of that position of point guard, you're the leader. If you can get your team over the hump to win the championship, and for Chris Paul, it's so early. He's done a good job. He got the New Orleans Hornets, I think, above schedule. But it's going to take for us to look down back 6-7 years from now is how many championships he's won.
12-time All-Star for Isaiah Thomas, 2-time champion. Wow, that is quite a resume. CP3, you got your work cut out, but you are a stud.
Coming up Monday night on NBA TV, catch the Atlanta Hawks and the Utah Jazz. Coverage begins at 8:30 p.m. and coming up next, the second half of your game. Enjoy.
There goes another shattered watch. That's why I don't do 360 dunks anymore. Anyway, off to the right side of the bus, you're going to see one of the NBA's premier point guards. The Hornets' Chris Paul, or CP3 as the kids like to call him, is one of the most exciting. Gary! The fast break is demonstrated by Chris Paul, ladies and gentlemen. Last season, he led the league with 11.6 assists per game. CP3 can keep this going all night long. How are we doing on gas, Gary?
Clones versus droids. Jedi versus Sith. Good versus evil.
I will deal with the Jedi myself.
And a few laughs in between. You've just taken your first step into a larger world. Star Wars, The Clone Wars. A new adventure this Friday at 9 p.m. Their galaxy isn't far, far away anymore.
We're clear.
Only on Cartoon Network. Accountability. AC 360. At 10 p.m., that's what we're all about.
Keeping them honest, putting the pressure on politicians and people in power. All we want are honest answers. The truth.
The truth matters. We're keeping them honest. Someone has to. Raw, honest reporting. Anderson Cooper 360, weeknights at 10 Eastern on CNN.
Chris Paul of the New Orleans Hornets is an assist leader on the court and in the community. Whether he's helping Habitat for Humanity build homes, or teaching children the values of teamwork and sportsmanship, or promoting a healthy and active lifestyle, or helping those in need, Chris Paul makes his community stronger.
I'm Chris Paul of the New Orleans Hornets, the NBA where caring happens.
Very few people will understand the level of pressure Rip Hamilton is under right now. I mean, it's one thing to shoot a free throw in an empty gym, and it's another with 20,000 fans screaming at you. Clutch, grace under pressure, that level of focus that one needs to just, that ability to focus all of this out and just, that...
This copyrighted telecast of the NBA may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise used without the written consent of the NBA. Log on to NBA.com immediately following the game for live press conferences and video highlights.
Theirs, they're on top at the break by 4, 54-50. Joel Myers, 2 Lance, John Ireland. One thing that's never been an issue for the Lakers this year is sharing the basketball. They look for each other. They're second best in the NBA in assists, and it continues tonight.
That's one of the reasons they're best in the league in scoring. So, you're putting the ball in the hole a lot, you're going to be able to get some assists. But you're right, they do share the basketball, and that's what you like to see as a team. You want to be able to know that if I'm open, I'm going to get the ball. So just pass, make yourself available. The Lakers will find you. The double teams come so much because of Kobe's ability, the Powell's ability in the post, so it makes it easy to score when you've got that type of mentality. And when you shoot 63%, that's easy to score as well. But when you shoot 63% and you're only up 4, that makes you go, Let's go over to John Ireland and find out what he found out. John?
Stu, that exact point was brought up in the locker room. Offensively, the Laker coaches told the team, you're doing fine. Don't worry about the offense. It's the defense, in particular penetration, that's killing us. So let's see if they can keep the Wolves from breaking down the Lakers on the dribble, Joel.
Okay, John. The Wolves with the ball to start the second half. Telfair, and there's the mismatch. Looking on the hesitation to get inside. It's Gomes. Shot clock down. He's up with a triple. That's been killing the Lakers. The dribble penetration to the kick. That is their 6th three-point field goal of the game on 14 tries.
Yeah, I said early in the first quarter, if they continued to shoot that ball from the perimeter, they'd be okay. I didn't think they'd be able to do it this long, and they're continuing to knock down shots.
Derek Fisher trying to answer with a 3 for the Lakers. Kept alive by Kobe. Inside position and knocked out of bounds by Kevin Love.
This is Kobe working the glass because they're trying to semi-front him in the post, but when you do that, you're going to give up inside position for rebounding. And that time he just spins in and gets an easy opportunity.
Luke Walton on the miss, but back tapped and picked up by Randy Foye. Foye charges. No, they'll say a block. Fish thought he was in position. It'll be a couple of free throws coming up for Randy Foye, going about 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, he was moving rather rapidly there, and why he doesn't convert that one, because he got the contact while the ball was still in his hands, and then he wasn't off balance at all, just a lack in concentration. But 2 free throws coming to see what he can do about giving the Timberwolves the lead.
He missed 2 in the first half, makes the first. And a good call, as we saw Derek sliding over a little bit late and still moving on contact. And Foye does give them the 55-54 lead, so a 5-0 spurt out of the locker room in the opening 60 seconds of the second half for Minnesota. Kobe 6 of 8, double figures in the first half. Not converting with the left hand. And too close to the basket to miss. Good look like that. Telfair loses the handle, picked up by Luke Walton. Now Kobe leaking out, and Kobe now in the top 20 all-time scoring. He has just surpassed the totals of Elgin Baylor. So a future Hall of Famer passing one already in the Hall of Fame.
Turnover led to an easy deuce for that score, and that time Sebastian Telfair may have been a little out of control.
Kobe also now 3rd on the Lakers all-time scoring list, and on the long rebound, Kobe up against Foye, and it'll be a foul. A late call from the opposite official. Kobe talks to the one that was closest to the play.
And the one that had the most unobstructed view. I mean, but that's why the officials have a teamwork as well. There's 3 of them, and they help one another. We talked about Kobe becoming 20th all time. This is the hoop that did it on the turnover, the easy deuce for number 24. Kobe Bryant now at the line to shoot a pair.
So among some very exclusive company in the top 20 in scoring. And the 3rd all-time among the Lakers, behind Jerry West and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for most points in franchise history. And Kobe will get the roll. So the Lakers back out on top by 3, 58-55. And Kobe up to 16. Pau Gasol has 17, 10 for Lamar Odom. And the Lakers still shooting 59% from the field. It'll be Mike Miller jumping it. Nobody was available. Everybody looked for shot.
Exactly. Soon as Mike Miller went up in the air, everybody looked at the rim, took their eyes off the basketball, and it's thrown out of bounds.
Now, opportunity for the Lakers. Can they create some space? No. Pocket pick cleanly. Telfair took it away from Fish. Gomes on the move and on the trail. Kevin Love. Points off a turnover. The Lakers dominated that department in the first half, but early deuce there for Love as a result of a Laker mistake. Backdoor, Kobe. Finger rolls it home with a perfect lob by Lamar Odom.
Again, Randy Foye trying to figure out a way to do this. He, that time, tried to overplay Kobe, but that freed him up for the lob. No weak side help, and another easy basket.
18 on 8 of 10 for the field for Kobe. And everything, if you look at a shot chart, everything for Kobe within, 10, 12 feet of the basket?
Yeah, he's worked on the inside, taking advantage of his size advantage.
He's got all the points for the Lakers so far. As Mike Miller gets inside, you don't figure he's going to get dribble penetration. Kobe again tapping it, trying to direct it to Pau Gasol instead. It's another turnover. And a break for the Lakers because Fish grazed him a little bit, but no whistle. He could have been a three-point player for Minnesota. Instead, points off a turnover and a 1-point lead for the Wolves. Early entry and a foul is the 3rd on Kevin Love, coming down on Pau Gasol.
And to me, anytime the Lakers want to score, they should just throw the ball on the inside to Powell or to Kobe. So scoring is like Phil Jackson and the staff said at halftime. Scoring isn't the issue. It's the other end of the floor that's creating the dilemma.
Minnesota comes into the game. The other end of the floor is 2. They're 15th in the league, averaging 99 a game. And this early in the 3rd, they're only 38 off it. They've got 61. But we've seen the Lakers before with a clamp-down corner where they shut a team down entirely for 12 minutes of play.
That shows me what they can do, all right? If you can do that, I want you to develop the mentality to do that for 48 minutes. I mean, no defensive possessions are taken off.
Pau Gasol leading the Lakers on those free throws now. He's up to 19 on 8 of 11 from the field, 3 of 4 at the strike. 6 on the shot clock for Randy Foye. And will they be able to save it, let alone get a shot off? No. Telfair slings it. It'll go to the Lakers on the side. There's one.
There's one of those possessions where they really did a good job of contesting everything and making Minnesota use up clock, and finally ran out of time. But you just can't go and flip the switch defensively when you think you need it. You've got to develop that mentality that every possession, we're shutting you down.
Kobe again on the block against the much smaller Randy Ford. Here comes the double. He'll jump and foul. Man, shoved from behind by Sebastian Telfair. So a couple of free throws coming up for Pau Gasol. Kobe just waited. And he went to the locker room at halftime, leading the Lakers in assists. Talked about the 19th for the Lakers at the break. Kobe with 5.
Again, getting just about anything because Kobe's getting it, and he's waiting until that double, triple team comes, and he's finding the open people.
So eventually, the stops have to come. Before you get to Oklahoma City. 63-61 and make it a 3-point lead as Pau Gasol comes through with the strike. Lakers now 9 of a dozen from the free throw line. And Gasol up to 21, already past his average early. Telfair denied. Luke Walton did a good job. Now the block from behind. Lamar Odom with the rebound after the block by Pau Gasol. Big guys running the floor, finish spacing. Derek inside the arc, real short. Gasol tries to get it, and it's going to be a foul called. It'll be on Gasol.
You're saying that Powell hit Kevin Love in the forehead on the rebound attempt. So that'll give the ball, obviously, to the Timberwolves with the Lakers up by 3, 64-61.
Good look for Derek, who's now 1 for 6, but we've seen Derek start games like that, finish them. The opposite end of the spectrum. Kevin Love, real short, Lamar Odom, and then Kobe converts. That help from the other side. It'll be a little pull up for Luke. And out of bounds, last touch by the man inside, Randy Ford, because of once again, Kobe and Lamar staying on top of it.
Well, they can't be complaining about who touched it last. The only gripe they might have was one of the Lakers on his back. Because Lamar was there, Kobe was there, and the officials rule, Lakers, you'll get another possession. There's 7:28 to go here in the third. Lakers had a 4-point lead at the half, and so far haven't been able to do anything with it. They lead now by 3 as Kobe getting the easy ones all night long.
To me means greatness.
Go to the gym, I sweat, I feel pain.
Getting hit by a truck, ending up in a wheelchair, going back and doing the Ironman 3 times.
It's what gets you up at 6 a.m. when no one else is awake because you want to be better than anyone else out there.
Give it your all and never give up.
I'm willing to pull every muscle in my body to get the job done.
Always trying to be better, each and every day.
Finding yourself through movement.
That's G.
This is some game. The Lakers are mounting a furious comeback.
Here we go, 4th quarter. Just watching the clock. You need a score. He's done it all tonight. Oh, what a move.
Oh, the crowd is chanting, Kobe, Kobe, Kobe.
He shakes free. He pulls up with the man in his face. Off balance.
Oh, what a shot by Kobe Bryant. 43 points on the night.
See it. Get it. Experience it. The game happens here.
Lakers basketball brought to you by Mercedes-Benz, located on the web at MBUSA.com. And by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. Lakers led by 4 at the half. It is still 3. And the Lakers have the ball when they bring it back in with inside of 7.5 left in the third. Then our Carmack's text question. Biggest loss suffered. Was it T-Mac? He's now got microfracture surgery in his future. Amari Stoudemire gone 8 weeks. Detached retina. Or Al Jefferson gone for the season with an ACL. 86212 on yourself. That is the number to text. Your chance to win. 86212 on your cell phone. Just a few minutes ago, Kobe Bryant just moved into the top 20 on the all-time scoring list. He's passed the totals. Hall of Famer, Laker great Elgin Baylor, and not far behind, Adrian Dantley now.
Yeah, next on the list.
Lamar, boy, quick one, quick trigger. 5-point Laker lead. That's their biggest was 6. Now it's 5. Let's see if they can add to it with some stops.
If I'm Phil Jackson, I challenge this team defensively. I mean, each time out, I challenge them defensively.
Gomes on the run out. And out of bounds, it'll belong to the Wolves.
It's easy for players to set offensive goals. But what you want to do as a unit is set defensive goals. And as an individual as well.
Fresh shot clock for Telfair in the mid-range game. Sebastian Telfair, he really does look like a different guy.
Well, his you can tell just by the way he's approaching it. His confidence is at an all-time high.
So Telfair brings it back down to 3. Lamar Odom clipped on his way by Gomes. Had a couple of free throws coming up for LO.
Again, speed that time by Lamar. He just turned the corner, and Gomes was just not able to move his feet as rapidly as Lamar did. He never got into position, and he ended up having to reach. When you reach, you generally get the whistle. So Lamar to shoot 2.
Good memories in this building for Lamar Odom. And I bring that up because his last triple-double came here at the Target Center. February 13th of last season. 10 points, 16 boards, 10 assists. Well, the Lakers 117-92 win. I'm drawing
just a wealth of information.
I'm drawing from the positives.
You're just
it's
a
all about the
wealth of information.
The karma. I'm looking for drawing. Hey, anything. Get it.
You are a wealth.
Take it. 67-63. He missed the second free throw as soon as I brought it up. Did a lot of good. Telfair setting up Kevin Love. And a couple of free throws on the foul by Lamar Odom. But again, dribble penetration.
That'll break down a defense every time. I don't know how many times I've said it. Everybody knows it. If you want your team defense to be strong, keep people going east and west. When they start going north and south, you got an issue. Sebastian Telfair with the pass. Kevin Love missed the shot, but got fouled.
He leads all rookies in rebounds. And it's hard to believe out of the, 9 rooks they had down there for the rookie-sophomore game. You know, that's his rookie rank in rebounds. He's 15th in the league with just about 9 boards a game. But it still wasn't enough to be down at All-Star Weekend. Something is seriously wrong with the system. 67-64.
Well,
Lakers by 3.
Can't please you.
A little more than 6. How about the pass? LO, and it's knocked away. That was good recovery and help because Foy was beaten. Telfair slid over.
Obviously, Foy likes the number 24 jersey because he just about pulled Kobe's jersey.
DNA?
Yeah. As he was trying to get free, he had a hold of Kobe.
If he takes this will be his longest shot of the game. And Love comes away with a miss. That's how close Kobe has operated against the small guards of the Wolves. He's 8 of 12 shooting. Has 18 points. Mismatch inside. And Miller's been pointing to Kevin Love for a while now. Over the top, Love going to the line. The foul on Derek Fisher.
See, when you have a mismatch like that and your teammates know it, Derek that time ended up on Kevin Love. That's when the guy guarding the passer has to smother him. You keep your hand. You invite a bounce pass because you know that they're going to try to throw it over the top. You invite the bounce. You put your hands, you go all up over top of your offensive guy. Hands go almost going crazy trying to distract him.
Gets the first of 2. 5 double-doubles over his last 7 games. 67-65. Lakers by 2. They just can't run away and hide from this group. Minnesota's played everybody close, though. Won in Miami on Wednesday, lost at home to Indiana. Indiana playing better ball now. They won again today, beat Chicago on their home floor. 1-point game, 67-66. Pau Gasol on the handoff. Let's see Powell get down to the box against Kevin Love. Instead, Luke Walton. Fish, deep 3. Shooter's touch. Derek's got it.
Derek says, about time I made one.
It's his second. Derek didn't beat him to the spot, and it'll go. Randy Foy going to the line, looking for the 3-point play.
There's an example of not having your transition from offense to defense quick enough. Derek makes the shot, And before they could really do anything, Minnesota had inbounded the ball, and they have a one-on-one situation going the other way. Blocking foul, count the basket, three-point opportunity for Randy Ford.
It's those nets that John Ireland talked about before the telecast.
Maybe it is, but you got to get your track shoes on as well.
70-68. They seem shorter than most nets you see around the NBA.
Well, they may be a little shorter. It's just the fact that the end of them, they're open. I mean, there is no way the ball is going to nestle in there. It's coming straight through fast.
Quickie. So they can convert on the three-point play. Lakers up by 2. Farmar checks in for Derek Fisher, who just picked up the foul. Pau Gasol, easy. Makes it look easy. 72-68. Gasol 9 of 12, 23 points. Talked about how quiet he is.
He does it every night.
Now, Farmar went one way, and the layup uncontested for Sebastian Telfair. So you're looking for stops, and there's a serious breakdown.
Well, again, it's consistency. Jordan, I guess, was forcing baseline. Everybody else, or sideline, everybody else thought he was forced into the middle.
Luke Walton spots up. Lamar Odom finds him. And another assist for LO. 74-70 Lakers. 24 assists on 31 makes. So right now the Lakers, this early in the game, they're on their season average for assists. Telfair again saw a little crease.
Traveled. He can drag that pivot flip. But he's so quick, he did it in a hurry.
Mike Miller, Jordan Farmar on top of the basketball. He created the takeaway. On the trail, he's got Gasol if he wants him. Kobe instead. And Powell. He was waiting. Gomes will clear it out. See the opportunity to match their largest lead of the game at 6.
And in transition, you want to get something better than that shot. I mean, Lakers had numbers and a spread floor. You got to attack.
Randy Foy has it spin out, and fortunately, Kobe picked it up. Like everybody was planted momentarily, frozen there. Here comes the double. Kobe on the fall away. Won't get it. Short, real short. Kevin Love, despite the pressure, can't hold on to it. Lamar Odom just took it away. LO's got Kobe coming down the hole. And it'll be Lamar Odom on the slam. So they take it away from Love, and the patience of Lamar paid off. He waited. Didn't just go up with it.
Well, obviously, I thought there should have been a whistle. That either had to be a charge or a block when Kobe caught it and passed it to Lamar.
Splitting the double is Telfair. He'll go to the line, and he's got an opportunity for a three-point play. So a little brush that time draws the whistle.
And Sebastian Telfair doesn't need much of a brush to get free. His quickness. But on the other end, after Lamar did a remarkable job of harassing Kevin Love into turning it over, then finds Kobe. This is the play right there. That either has to be a charge or a block. Too much contact for that to be anything other than that.
It looked like his heel was on the line.
Then it would have been a block.
Yep.
Yeah, it had to have been something.
Telfair looking for the three-point play.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not too disappointed that they didn't blow the whistle on that kind of a play. I'm tired of seeing players falling down, taking charges.
It'll go that way. Lane violation was on Craig Smith. Danny Crawford gets it straight because they stopped play momentarily after the miss. Yeah. The Wolves missed 18 free throws. They were 23 of 41 in that 7-point loss on Friday night. And tonight, they are 10 of 15 so far at this stripe. So if it's a free throw shooting contest, shouldn't be. But if it is, they've got issues. 3+ to play in the third.
Kobe's got his third defender on him now.
And a big one. A longer one.
It doesn't matter.
It'll be Ryan Gomes in the matchup that you're talking about over Gomes. Pau Gasol keeps it alive. Lamar Odom keeps it away. So the Lakers with a second chance opportunity inside 3 to play. Pau's got Craig Smith on it. If they can get him down in the box.
Luke has Sebastian Telfair.
He's got Gasol. And that's what I was talking about. And it's going to be Pau Gasol shooting 2. Craig Smith. Is it generous to say he's 6'7"?
Yeah. No, yeah, I'd say he's 6'7". That's not too generous. But he's not much taller than that, that's for sure. The Lakers by 4.
Look forward to playing in Boston, having fun. We all are energetic about trying to be the best team we can be. We're not a flawless team. We're a team in progress. We have to come out here and play together, and we didn't do it tonight. You have to continue to keep your head up, take it one game at a time. And if we can get through this, then it's one more step toward the goal. Win the NBA championship. It's for us to win, man. Just what we got to do to close this thing out. What's he gonna say now? What can you say now?
Chris Paul of the New Orleans Hornets is an assist leader on the court and in the community. Whether he's helping Habitat for Humanity build homes, or teaching children the values of teamwork and sportsmanship, or promoting a healthy and active lifestyle, or helping those in need, Chris Paul makes his community stronger.
I'm Chris Paul of the New Orleans Hornets, the NBA where caring happens.
Kobe Bryant can do it all, but he'll be the first to tell you that it takes teamwork to win in the NBA. And in Pau Gasol, he's found a world-class teammate. The yin to his yang, the George to his Wheezy. A fiery, scrappy, selfless competitor that gives 100%. Wow, these are damper than I expected. Speaking of teamwork, how about a little help under here? Anybody?
Lakers locker again for a chance to win a Lakers road trip. Tonight's winning combination, 56, 3, and 15. Enter right now at kcal9.com/Lakers. Brought to you in part by Supercuts.
Welcome back to Minneapolis. I'm John Ireland, and with me is one of the great Lakers of all time, Vern Mickelson, who is a 6-time All-Star, won 4 titles here with the Minneapolis Lakers. Vern, pleasure to see you. How you feeling these days?
Thank you. It's good to see you, and I'm making it work.
Vern, you played here in Minneapolis with George Mikan in the early years. A little bit different than what we see now with 20,000 people here. What were the games like back then?
Well, it was basically what you're saying, that most of the people were 7,000 or 8,000 at most.
Right.
And that was the reason that we had to leave. And Bob Short moved to L.A. and made it work there.
Right. And the rest, as they say, is history. It must make you feel good that the Wolves bring you back and recognize you today for everything you did back in the 40s and 50s.
Oh, I do so much. And Chris Wright and Fred Hoiberg, and it just makes me just a great idea.
Well, it's great to see you here, and you look good, and it's always a pleasure to visit with you. Thanks for the time, Vern.
Thank you.
Stu, and Joel, that's Vern Mickelson, who was with the early Lakers along with his coach, John Kunla, who's here, and who's sitting right in front of us here. And if you go to Staples Center, you'll see these names on the wall. The Lakers are very proud of their Minneapolis history, so if you're wondering who those guys are, you just heard from one of them, Joel.
Yeah, John, that's a nice touch, and I like what the Wolves are doing. That's really strong by this organization to bring back local legends at games like they did tonight and honored them. Craig Smith maneuvering his way inside.
Now, that was not an easy shot he made there, though, with his offhand. I don't know if he saw the basket.
Kobe tees it up inside the arc to give the Lakers a 4-point lead after Powell, uncharacteristically, out of the timeout, missed 2 free throws. So Kobe's got 20. Powell's got 23. Lamar Odom with 15. Ryan Gomes pretty good outside the arc tonight. Now Josh Powell with Kevin Love, and Love trying the contact with the foul. It'll be on Josh Powell. So Kevin Love back to the free throw line.
All of a sudden, Kevin Love getting to the charity stripe here in the second half. What's this, number 5 and 6 attempts for him?
Yes, he's got already 10 boards, so 1 free throw, and it'll be his 6th double-double over his last 8 games. He is going to be a very consistent one for a long time with this franchise. Well, Laker fans, enter the Toyota Drive to a Championship sweepstakes for your chance to win a couple of free tickets on the floor for a Laker game, courtesy to Southern California Toyota dealers. Visit Lakers.com. Click on the Toyota banner. Toyota and the Lakers on the road to hopefully a championship. Jason Collins coming in on the next whistle. So it's back to a 2-point game. Farmar trying to get it to Powell. Saved by Ariza. Right through the hands of Gasol. And now points off a turnover. It'll be Craig Smith. All even at 78. So Craig Smith has 15, and he hasn't missed because it looks like that. He's 7 of 7 for the field. The Lakers need to pick it up. They've got 10 turnovers now, compared to 15 for Minnesota.
I guess they said we have one 12-minute stretch of defense, and they're going to wait till the fourth quarter to play it, I guess.
Trevor Ariza on the run out. Going to the hole. Soft touch and wouldn't roll home, though. So now Minnesota with an opportunity to regain the lead with 65 seconds left in the third.
You know, Trevor's last miss, in my mind, is a result of breaking your concentration, worried about the defender in offensive fouls more than anything.
Kobe smacked it away from behind. Ryan Gomes didn't protect it. Jordan's got Kobe, and it's off Kobe. And then Ollie touched it last, out of bounds to the Lakers. It ricocheted.
No, they may change the
Dan
call here.
Crawford's coming over, and will they change the call? Yes. Another look.
That was a low skipping pass that, didn't really come up. Kobe reached down for it, hits him on the kneecap or on the shin, goes right out of bounds. So 48 seconds left, and believe it or not, a tie game here in Minnesota.
Veteran Kevin Ollie has a pick-and-roll situation with Jason Collins. Gomes popping up. The challenge came from Trevor Ariza, and Kobe clears it out. A little bit short for a 2-for-1 for the Lakers. Kobe, though, trying to create and turned it over. Gave it to Smith. On the trail, Smith will get it back, and the Wolves have the lead. 19.4 to play. Way too many mistakes by the Lakers now. A 6-0 run for Minnesota.
I said they have 12 minutes in them. They're going to have to use it because we're going to the fourth quarter. But the Lakers hoping to be at least tied.
An undersized Minnesota team. Kobe, will they get it off in time? No. Pass was late. Ariza banks it, but it won't count. And Minnesota closes the third on a 10-2 run.
Well, basketball is a game of runs. But when you're the Lakers, you got to make sure you limit the opposition's runs when you're shooting a high percentage. Heading into the fourth, they trail by 2.
Kobe Bryant can do it all. But he'll be the first to tell you that it takes teamwork to win in the NBA. And in Pau Gasol, he's found a world-class teammate. The yin to his yang, the George to his Wheezy. A fiery, scrappy, selfless competitor that gives 100%. Wow, these are damper than I expected. Speaking of teamwork, how about a little help under here?
Accountability. AC360. At 10 p.m., that's what we're all about.
Keeping them honest, putting the pressure on politicians and people in power. All we want are honest answers. The truth.
The truth matters. We're keeping them honest. Someone has to. Raw, honest reporting. Anderson Cooper 360, weeknights at 10 Eastern on CNN.
Clones versus droids. Jedi versus Sith. Good versus evil.
I will deal with the Jedi myself.
And a few laughs in between. You've just taken your first step into a larger world. Star Wars, The Clone Wars. A new adventure this Friday at 9 p.m. Their galaxy isn't far, far away anymore.
Clear.
Only on Cartoon Network.
Nice to see Greg Oden moving around again. You know, this close, you can really see what makes him such a force in the paint. Oh, Gary, maybe just move back a bit. Folks want to stay seated. There's no danger. Gary, back up. Gary, back up, Gary. Okay, that was let's move on.
Lakers basketball brought to you by Toyota, moving forward, and by Subway. Don't settle for ordinary fast food. Stop at Subway. Eat fresh.
Well, we head to the fourth quarter. The Lakers, believe it or not, trailing by a pair. Look at the way the Lakers have given up points here in this ball game. I said in the first quarter, giving up 26 was too many, but 30 in the third, way too many. And Craig Smith, what is he doing? He's trying to break a record for accuracy here, I guess, because he is just working over the Lakers on the interior, whether it's a left-hand turnaround or a right-hand turnaround, out in transition. Craig Smith is getting the job done.
Yeah, the second unit, along with Lamar Odom, is going to start the final 12 minutes of regulation for the Lakers. Sasha Vujacic, Jordan Farmar, along with Lamar Odom, Josh Powell, Trevor Ariza.
Sasha looking for his first field goal attempt.
The spacing, the ball movement on the run out. Sasha, beautiful pass to Lamar Odom, and he'll go to the line, leading to the three-point play. Extra pass paid off.
Good ball movement that time. Really did a good job of making the next pass around the perimeter, and then Sasha with the flyby gets into the paint, gives it up to Lamar, who gets a three-point opportunity. So at least the Lakers start the quarter offensively on a positive note. Let's see what this unit does defensively.
So Lamar Odom up to 17, the only starter out there. Critical time of the game for the Lakers. When the Lakers face the Celtics, Cavaliers, man, do they match up well. But it's when you match up with Minnesota, you can't play to the level of your competition. Always be constant, consistent. For some reason, the sense of urgency has to be there. Gomes, as Ariza fell down, makes him pay. So Lakers down by 2, 83-81 on 7 of 18 from beyond the arc for Minnesota. And Ryan Gomes with another triple.
That time, that was Carney who knocked down his first.
Yeah, it was Rodney Carney. Carney's in there. He's on the roll with Foy. Foy, Sash. And Sasha got it. So a couple of free throws coming up. Rodney Carney did hit that triple. Foy has 17. And looking at his totals, that was Carney's first triple of the game.
Foy does a good job of not allowing Sasha to really establish his footing. Keeps changing direction, and that makes the defender have to keep changing as well. And then he ends up getting fouled, so looking to add to a 2-point lead.
It's been a close game. The Lakers' biggest lead, 6. Biggest lead for the Wolves, 5. And they're trying to go up by 4 at the free throw line with the next one. For Randy Foy, coming off a career best 36 on Friday. He's been held in check tonight, though. 2 for 9, only 8 points, but he does lead the Wolves with 6 assists. And of course, it's been well documented on draft day when he was taken by Portland. Came over in a deal with Minnesota for Brandon Roy. So 4-point lead. After trailing by 2 at the end of 3. Sasha off the glass. Lozano squirts away from Ariza. Ollie trying to create contact. It'll be Carney again. Almost the same result.
Yeah, nice open look. Got his feet under him. Grabbed, looked at the seams, got him where he wanted him.
Lamar locked up with Smith. So that is the second team foul on Minnesota here in the fourth. I bring it up because the sooner you get to the line, the better off, and especially on the road. How long will Kobe be on the bench at the outset of the fourth for the Lakers?
He's probably not going to come back to at least the 8.5-minute mark.
Farmar off the front of the rim.
Unless the score gets a little out of hand. Right now, a 4-point deficit with the ball in the hands of the Timberwolves.
The bench, again, with only 9 points for the Lakers. We've been talking about the reserves because it was an uneven game for them on Friday night. Reserves really never got into it continuity-wise. Smith again, his first miss.
His easiest shot of the night.
Right next to the rim. So the Fairfax High graduate out of Boston College, 7 of 8. And
offensive foul.
They'll call the charge on Lamar, saying Smith beat him to the spot.
He did. That's a good call. And Lamar telling the official that's a flop. The official said, well, that's a good one then. Another turnover gives the ball back to the Timberwolves. As the Lakers continue to struggle this trip into Minnesota.
They averaged a little more than 13 turnovers a game. They've got 14 with so much time left in the game. Jason Collins up against Lamar. And Lamar just bodied him up. That's all he could do against the taller man. Josh Powell with the left hand. Too strong. Difficult shot over Collins. There for Trevor. He couldn't hang on. Right in front of us. Read it.
The dangerous cross-court passes. They got away with one there because Trevor usually gobbles that one up and goes the other way, but just couldn't keep it in the field of play. Gives it back to the Timberwolves. A lot of time on the shot clock.
And Farmar taps it, takes it away. That's the kind of activity he had in the first half. It'll be Lamar going to the line, looking for the three-point play. What a mistake.
Well, if you're going to grab him there, you have to just wrap up both arms. They gave the foul to Lamar, and he just waltzed in for the layup. Great job by Jordan. A double tap. Gets the ball into Lamar's hands. It's just the easiest shot Lamar will have in regards to a three-point opportunity.
It was veteran Kevin Ollie with the foul, but as you say, you grab him. You don't let him get there. So Lamar looking for the three-point play. Man, he makes it a one-point game. So the Lakers have 3 at 20 or more, and no one else in double figures. They had balance when they got to 132 here. On January 30th, they had 7 in double figures, led by Kobe's 30. Boy, creating, got to the rim again.
Boy, did he do a great job of using his body. Put it in his left hand. Josh Powell was trying to make a play, but because he kept the ball away from the defender, no way he could make it without committing a foul.
And the longer they stick around, the more their confidence is going to grow that they can pull off the upset. Sasha got Foy out of position. Shot clock down on Lamar. And it was defended well. Smith first, and then Collins, and the run out for Carney. Lakers didn't have floor balance defensively, and now they're down by 5. 89-84 Minnesota, believe it or not. Isolation. Now better in the face-up game, and it shows. Over Jason Collins, 89-86. Powell with 4 off the bench.
There's an example of, though, if you don't give up your dribble and you turn and face, that defender has to give you a little bit of space, and that frees you up for what Josh Powell wants.
Funneling Foy to the baseline. Smith loses the handle. Ariza's grabbed. And now Minnesota's out of fouls the rest of the game. That's the 14th foul on the Wolves. 8:01 to play. That's important.
8:01 left. The Lakers down by 3. Will Phil Jackson bring back some of his starters? We'll find out in a minute.
DNA is just, that's just bananas. Actually, like a living organism. It's DNA in a video game. It's like a computer that can talk and learn and stuff. It's crazy, isn't it? Oh, man. It automatically tracks the stats of the players, the injuries, the hot streaks. I don't know who thought about it, but he was a genius, man. It updates every day. Like, that's bananas, man.
Rated E for everyone.
Now $1.99.
Chris Paul of the New Orleans Hornets is an assist leader on the court and in the community. Whether he's helping Habitat for Humanity build homes, or teaching children the values of teamwork and sportsmanship, or promoting a healthy and active lifestyle, or helping those in need, Chris Paul makes his community stronger.
I'm Chris Paul of the New Orleans Hornets, the NBA where caring happens.
I'm David Lee of the New York Knicks, the NBA where caring happens.
Now more than ever, you want to get the most for your money. Look no further than the mid-size 2008 Kia Sorento. A powerful V6 engine, 5-star safety rated, backed by an industry-leading warranty, and it's priced about $6,500 less than a Toyota Highlander V6. Or to put it another way, a year of college tuition less. The 2008 Kia Sorento. It's money well saved. The Kia Sorento, starting under $17,200 after $5,000 cash back.
Back in, maybe not this one, but he's been a factor early.
Well, you know, Powell seems to always be a factor. You know, he just does it in his quiet way. You know, he's a finesse guy that can run the floor and get things done, as he's done tonight. And he's got, again, when I talk about a quiet 23, leads both teams in scoring with 23. On 9 out of 13 from the field. Kobe's got 20, and Lamar sandwiched in the middle there with 21 of his own.
So the Lakers playing catch-up, looking for their 9th road win over their last 10 away from Staples. Sasha, quick catch and shoot online, but long, and Lamar, another board. Second chance opportunity thanks to LO. So Lamar on the glass with 12. 21 points to go along with the 12. Sasha in a mismatch. Plenty of time. Ariza backing down Carney on a step back, and the length of Carney. Well, I'm surprised they didn't grab it. It's out of bounds off Carney. And they had an opportunity to grab it, I think.
Yeah, so it hit the baseline, though, before they could get to it.
So the Lakers 7 on the shot clock. Sasha got to make a decision. It'll be Josh Powell. Back-to-back for Powell in the face-up game. 89-88, big time.
See, especially Jaron Collins, a little bit reluctant to come out and really play Josh that far out because he thinks he'll get beat off the dribble.
Boy, denied dribble penetration on the switch. Powell got over and took away that path. Ollie trying to get to the rack. Way off. And the Lakers look for the lead. Powell, make sure it's one and done. Floor open for Jordan Farmar. Sasha sharing it with Ariza. LO tapped it. And last touch by 4.
Lamar tried to tap that one to himself, it seemed, but they're ruling that Foy hit it last. So that gives the Lakers a chance to get in a couple of players. Kobe comes back. Pau Gasol comes back. So 6:57 left. Lakers trail by 8 points.
I've said it before. The games against Boston and Cleveland, you know the Lakers are going to play well. These are the games that really worry me. The second division, sub-500 teams. And the Lakers have taken care of them for the most part this year. But now they're in a struggle. Inside of 7 to play. Kobe up against the smaller guy. And Carney came over and got it.
Wow.
Lamar takes it away. And going to the free throw line. So a couple of free throws coming up for LO on the foul by Collins.
That really looked like it was going to be goaltending on Rodney Carney as Kobe turns in and goes up. And Carney from the weak side came a distance to get to that one. The officials rule it's a good block, but then there's Lamar to make the defensive play. And now he earns himself 2 free throws.
Carney get up there a little?
He was up.
Man, did he get up. 6:45 in regulation. And Lamar better and better at the free throw line as the season progresses. He's been talking about the little things that he's done between games, the way he focuses better. He's got 22 points and 12 boards tonight. And what he's done over the last 9, amazing. 16 and 14 on average. And comes through as the Lakers on a 6-0 run take the lead by 1. That is our 17th lead change. Nobody's led by more than 6 in this game. Pick and roll. Miller back into the contest. Smith. Boy, he gets it away in a hurry for a guy. That is kind of a burly sort, to say the least.
Well, he likes to feel your body. That way he knows he can get the quick jump and doesn't have to jump as high if he has you on his hip.
I wanted to go to Ariza. That pass was taken away. Farmar for the lead. Jordan's got the triple. Lakers up by a couple, 93-91. It's a half dozen for Farmar on his second bucket of the game. Telfair again. Barged his way in. He just created contact, created a little space, and then flipped her. And flipped it in.
Yeah, not only did Jordan lose balance, but so did Telfair, but he was able to recover and score easily.
So the final 6 of regulation. And Gasol going to the free throw line. That'll take us to a timeout with 5:43 to play.
Well, Powell went to the free throw line a few minutes ago and came up dry. See if he can make a couple. As Jordan has put the Lakers in a position to be tied. 93-93.
There he is, LeBron James. LeBron likes to use music to achieve that warrior-like intensity.
Time after time, if you lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time.
If you fall, I will catch you. I will be waiting. Time after time.
Unexpected. And that's what you can expect from LeBron James, is the unexpected.
The game happens here on NBA League Pass. The season is heating up, and you can still get the most NBA action at a special discount, $99. Follow your favorite team wherever you live. The top players, the amazing plays. You can even watch live games online with NBA League Pass broadband, which is included with your subscription. It's not too late to get maximum access to the NBA. Get NBA League Pass for a special price of $99. To order, call now.
Chris Paul of the New Orleans Hornets is an assist leader on the court and in the community. Whether he's helping Habitat for Humanity build homes, or teaching children the values of teamwork and sportsmanship, or promoting a healthy and active lifestyle, or helping those in need, Chris Paul makes his community stronger.
I'm Chris Paul of the New Orleans Hornets, the NBA where caring happens.
Launch of a new fan experience on NBA TV. Get all new live 24/7 access to the NBA. No other network gets you so close to the game. NBA TV, the game happens here.
And by Jack in the Box, where you can get anything on the menu any time of the day. Welcome back to the Target Center downtown Mini. Lakers with free throws coming up, tied at 93. Well, in your estimation, Carmack's text question. Biggest loss. T-Mac for the Rockets. Amari Stoudemire for the Suns. Wolves, Al Jefferson. 86212 on your cell. 86212 on your cell. And fortunately, tonight, Lamar Odom's on his game for the Lakers.
Well, it's a good thing, too, because Lamar has been, as he talked about, in a real nice place mentally. And it's freed him up to really do a lot of good things on the basketball floor. I'm not just talking about his rebounding, his aggressiveness on the offensive end as well. He's been on the floor tonight just about 35 minutes. 12 rebounds to go along with 23 points, 3 assists, and 2 steals. So the guy is playing some real good basketball right now, and hopefully that will continue for the duration of the season.
He's the only starter on the floor for the final quarter. When we talked about the second unit out there, well, usually it's Gasol, it seems, but he had Lamar instead with the 4 reserves. And it paid off, right, to start the fourth. Yeah. And it really did pay off for Phil Jackson in that move.
Well, Phil goes back to his starting lineup now for the final 5:43. It's a 5:43 ball game. 5 minutes and 43 seconds left to play. And it's basically a tie game. The Lakers will be going to the line to shoot 2 and seeing if they can break the tie. So Phil's telling his team, look, if you can't beat this team in a 5-minute game, then we don't deserve to have the best record in the league.
Yeah. The last time Gasol shot at the free throw line was the same situation out of the timeout, and he missed both. As Telfair out of the timeout, and I'm surprised the officials, he went right up to Gasol and started jawing. Powell just ignored him as he hits the first of 2. Lakers lead 94-93. So another complete effort by Gasol. About 5 points over his average, make it 6 now with 25. So the Lakers, they never lose their audience, do they? It always goes down to the wire, doesn't it?
They don't want you to go away too early. Pay money to go to the arenas that they're in, and they keep you in your seats.
Ratings are always there. Inside of 5:40, Telfair for the tie. And a rebound. Kobe's got the inside position. And always great to go up against the Oscars on a Sunday night as well. Now Kobe wanted to go back to Gasol. Luke Walton. Time of the shot clock. Spinning on Gomes. That's his favorite, but it was too strong. Off balance on the step back. Luke threw Telfair out of the way, but didn't impact the play. And the Lakers, by the way, only have 1 team foul. They shoot the rest of the game, but only 1 team foul on their side. Miller. Good job to keep him out of the paint. And I'm talking about Telfair. Gomes with the shot clock down. Miller gets a layup out of it. Believe it or not. Tied at 95. That's frustrating when you play defense like that for about 20, 22 seconds.
And that's where they've been breaking down tonight. They've been breaking down again on the defensive end. I mean, 95 points is enough at this point for the Lakers to be in the league. Their defense has let them down.
Points of the paint, a +2 for the Wolves. 50-48. Like plays like that. Now Kobe on the double. Got to go up. Shot clock down. Walton got it up in time. And the rebound, Lamar will have it. Missed time by Miller, wasn't it? He thought it was bumped.
Not only that, he was the bump, but Lamar did it with his lower body and not his hands and got away with it.
Now Kobe over Carney, not close. You can see out of his hand. Tied at 95. The Lakers just 3 for 10 on their threes. They got to get to the rim. Miller popping up, quick release, short. And Gasol, good position on Collins. Lamar's down to the baseline.
Got to go to the rim. Either get it on the inside to Powell or go to the basket.
Kobe got there and goes to the line looking for the three-point play. He heard you, close by, 97-95. And Kobe with the bucket is up to 22.
Well, see if the Lakers can get this free throw, get a three-point advantage as Kobe weaves his way into scoring position. And then somehow call on their defense to not break down, because that's what it's been. It's been breakdowns. And it's freed up the Timberwolves for a lot of easy looks.
Converts on the three-point play as Kobe is down 3 of 3 at the free throw line. And when you see that he only had 2 so far here in the fourth, remember, he sat out the first almost 5 minutes before. Good job to 9-4. Will it continue, though?
Good help and recover by Lamar.
Now gets the smaller back, a step back three. Put the hand out for 3, and they'll give him 3. 98 apiece. Randy Boyd, as they're now 8 of 21 on their triples. Gasol asking for it. Clear out on that side. Luke Walton in a bad pass. I don't know why they didn't just go up with Gasol. He tried to share it. Another turnover.
There was way too much congestion on that play. Not only did Luke have a mismatch, but there was other players that brought their defenders into the play.
Gomes on the run out. Man, it'll be a charge. They say Fisher got there in time. A break for the Lakers.
Well, the Lakers need some breaks because they're not getting it done on both ends of the floor. But they still have 2:47 to erase all of those thoughts and go out of here with yet another victory. But it's going to take some clean play for them to get it done as they lead Minnesota by only 1.
Forward to playing in Boston, having fun. We all are energetic about trying to be the best team we can be. We're not a flawless team. We're a team in progress. We have to come out here and play together, and we didn't do it tonight. You have to continue to keep your head up, take it one game at a time, and if we can get through this, then it's one more step toward the goal. Win the NBA championship. In order for us to win, man, just what we got to do to close this thing out. What's he gonna say now? What can you say now?
This is some game. The Lakers are mounting a furious comeback.
Here we go, fourth quarter. Just watching the clock. You need a score. He's done it all tonight. Oh, what a move.
Oh, the crowd is chanting, Kobe, Kobe, Kobe.
He shakes free. He pulls up with the man in his face. Off balance.
Oh, what a shot by Kobe Bryant. 43 points on the night.
See it. Get it. Experience it. The game happens here.
There goes another shattered watch. That's why I don't do 360 dunks anymore. Anyway, off to the right side of the bus, you're going to see one of the NBA's premier point guards. The Hornets' Chris Paul, or CP3 as the kids like to call him, is one of the most exciting. Gary! The fast break is demonstrated by Chris Paul, ladies and gentlemen. Last season, he led the league with 11.6 assists per game. CP3 can keep this going all night long. How are we doing on gas, Gary?
The launch of an all-new fan experience on NBA TV. Get all the best on and off the court, plus new live studio and exclusive behind-the-scenes coverage. NBA TV, the game happens here.
I'm Carlos Boozer of the Utah Jazz. The NBA, where caring happens.
97 since they changed the last basket to a 2 instead of a 3. It's a surprising game summary. 13 ties, 20 lead changes, and the biggest lead has been 6 points. So this is a game where it's been a really back and forth. The one that they changed from a 3 to a 2 is this one right here. They said when he stepped back, his foot, as they looked at it during the timeout, his right foot, right toe was on the line. And then Derek comes in and gets the offensive foul call. And that gives the ball back to the Lakers as they get possession with 2:47 to play.
So let's see if there's execution. Staff drew up the play. Let's see if there is the execution they're looking for. Out of the break. Starting 5 on the floor for the Lakers. Gasol slips it. It's over to Luke for 3. Yes! Walton with the pressure on. Puts the Lakers up by 4.
Yeah, but you know how this game has been seesawing back and forth. Let's see what they do about getting a couple of stops here and getting this team to think about what their record really is.
Now Gomes up against Gasol. Telfair. Now shot clock considerations. Sets it up for a good look for Miller. Leaving the shooter again.
Again, why is Luke leaving Mike Miller? Let the interior help on the penetration from Sebastian Telfair, not when you're one pass away against a shooter.
8 3-pointers for the Wolves compared to 4 for the Lakers. Struggle just to get it for Kobe up against Randy Foy. Now Gasol. Fish. Another triple. Got it! Lakers by 4. Clutch. 104-100.
Now, how many times have we said that about Derek Fisher? The guy hits some big shots all through his Laker career.
It'll be Gomes with an answer. They've been doing that regularly. The Lakers have not stayed on the guys on the perimeter from the beginning of the game. A late close. Kobe asking for it against Randy Foy. No double yet. A spin to the baseline. Going to be a fall away. Kobe rattles her home. 106-103.
Now this is the back and forth. First team to miss may lose. Not the first team to get a stop.
Path is there for Telfair. Do you believe it? Nobody at home for the Lakers, and you and I saw the floor spread, and so did Telfair.
Well, especially with Jaron Collins on the floor. You can help and be able to get back in. Because Jason Collins. Because he's not going to be looking to shoot the ball immediately on the catch.
Dump inside. Kobe wants it up at the top. He got it. And blows the layup. Do you believe it? A minute to play. That kind of game for the Lakers.
Wow. Wow.
So instead of a 3-point lead, Telfair looks for the lead.
And we're under a minute.
Don't leave the shooters on dribble penetration. Telfair off the pick. Real short. Man, Walton's got it. Off the deflection by Gasol.
Well, all you need is a scratch here. You have to scratch here.
Kobe holds it, waits for the Gasol screen. He'll go away. Now comes back to Powell. Collins hits the deck. Kobe, the triple, real short. Lamar taps it home. The length of Lamar. It's been there all night. It continues in the fourth, late with the pressure on.
Lamar. The guy normally taps it into himself. This time, with the right hand, he taps it up and taps it in. As Kobe's three is off the mark, but not Lamar's. And the Lakers have themselves a 3-point advantage. Oh, that's scary because there's 20 seconds left to play.
Chris Paul of the New Orleans Hornets is an assist leader on the court and in the community. Whether he's helping Habitat for Humanity build homes, or teaching children the values of teamwork and sportsmanship, or promoting a healthy and active lifestyle, or helping those in need, Chris Paul makes his community stronger.
I'm Chris Paul of the New Orleans Hornets, the NBA where caring happens.
Nice to see Greg Oden moving around again. Now, this close, you can really see what makes him such a force in the paint. Oh, Gary, maybe just move back a bit. Folks want to stay seated. There's no danger. Gary, back up. Gary, back up, Gary. Okay, that was let's move on.
Well, Lakers by 3. You look at the timeout situation there, and also the Lakers have that foul to give. That's important. When do you give it, and how do you give it is important. You don't want to obviously give it when they're in the act of shooting, and the Lakers balance with their big 3 tonight. Can't get any better than that. 25 apiece for Powell, Lamar, and Kobe. But this is where it comes down to which Laker is going to vacate a shooter around the 3-point line.
So you got 3 with 25, and we were talking about that while we were away. Who's going to leave the shooter?
Who's going to leave the shooter?
But you have no other Laker in double figures, so it's a strange box.
Yeah, it's a strange box, but this has been a strange game. So let's see what the Lakers do about defensing the 3-point line.
Bring it into Randy Foy. He's going for the deuce, and Kobe knocked it out of bounds. They wanted a foul. They won't get the whistle with 17.7 to play. There's timeouts on the side of the Wolves, so they went for the quick deuce.
Yeah, went for the quick deuce. I thought guess they're going to play the lengthening game, the free throw game. Timeout, 17.7 to play, and the Lakers still have a foul to give.
Right now, the difference maker for the Lakers, 25, a big bucket. They give the Lakers a 3-point lead, and 10 of the 25 for LO have come here in the fourth. It'll be brought in by Mike Miller. So who's it going to be, and will they continue that mindset, go for the quick deuce?
It seems like they're going to try to lengthen the game, at least on that last possession. That's what they had in. Oh,
wide open three, Gomes, an air ball. Kobe's got it. And the Lakers should be able to escape. The foul by Mike Miller.
You talk about open.
Couldn't ask for a better look. I told you.
Oh,
man.
Boy. That's why again, I keep harping back to you switching things. And Lamar got caught in a bad position, but you talk about someone thinking about the situation. I think Gomes thought about that when his arms got short.
I think he squeezed the life out of the ball, too. And Ryan Gomes already has 3 made threes. Kobe. Okay. Misses the first of 2.
Told you it's been a strange game.
Kobe and the Lakers, 17 of 24 at the stripe. That's his first miss at the line. So he got that miss out of the way.
Well, he only needs one.
Right.
This would be a good one. Make it a 4-point game, a 2-possession game.
They can still advance to the timeout on the board for McHale and the Wolves.
Give them a little bit of breathing room.
Kobe got the second. And there still shows a timeout for Minnesota. They pick it up at the half-court line. No fouls now. And Lamar,
they have
a foul to give, but that far away,
yeah.
It's early, 11.8.
I agree.
He was going to the sideline, not to the basket.
He was going east and west, and he's probably 40 feet away from the basket. Now they take the timeout that they had so they can set something up. You know, they didn't take the last one because they rolled the ball, and he didn't pick it up until mid-court, and the clock doesn't start until he touches it. That was just like advancing it to mid-court.
Minnesota's got it. Now Minnesota is out of timeouts. 109-105 Lakers. They'll bring it in the offensive end, and the Lakers no longer have a foul to give.
Yeah, but they've got a 4-point lead here, so they just have to play good defense. Again, defend the 3 because they're going to have to foul. And then you can keep it at least a...
Randy Foy gets the triple over Pau Gasol. Now trying to get it to Kobe. And the foul. So now it's a free throw shooting contest because of the make by Foy.
No, it's not a free throw contest anymore.
Well, a free throw shooting contest to make 2 to prevent disaster.
Because the Lakers have to make 2 in order to force a overtime if the Wolves hit another 3. That's what happens when you give up the 3-point basket. I'm a big believer that you put everybody switches. I mean, that means you have to take your center out. You do that. You switch everything knowing that they're going for the triple. Because any kind of space, and they're in a position to do just what Randy Foy did.
So Kobe with 2 free throws. Minnesota is out of timeouts. They can no longer advance the basketball. Kobe gets the first. Lakers by 2, 110-108.
Well, and sometimes the easiest way to get a 3 is running it up the floor. You know, you don't get that defense time to really set up or anything. So with a guy like Sebastian Telfair, he'll push it up in a hurry. And you know how guys start backpedaling, and all of a sudden he may rear up and knock down the three-pointer.
Kobe comes through. Lakers by 3. Now, if you're the Lakers, do you think about maybe taking a foul after they use a few seconds?
That's not a theory that I think Phil Jackson uses very much.
Randy Foy, 5 seconds to play. Trying to force overtime. Up against Lamar Odom. The prayer, real short. And the Lakers survive a scare in Minneapolis.
Well, the Lakers wanted the fans here in Minnesota to get their money's worth. You know, the economy is such, you got to get the value of the dollar is very, very important now. So they want to make sure that if you're going to spend your entertainment dollar, you're going to stay in your seat until the final horn. And that's what happened again tonight as Randy Foy's shot came up about a foot short.
Let's head over to John Ireland. John?
Thanks. I'm with Kobe Bryant. Before the game, I asked Derek Fisher what I'm going to ask you. In your championship years, different guys came up big at ends of games. Ori, Shaw. It's starting to happen now. Walton with a big 3. Trevor the other night. Is it a fair comparison?
No, it is. You know, to win championships, you have to have other guys step up and make plays, particularly down the stretch. Because, you know, they're going to try to take the ball out of my hands, out of Powell's hands. So the other guys have to step up and contribute.
The big 3, you and Powell and Lamar, all played well tonight. Lamar with the big tip-in at the end. You happy with the way you guys have adjusted to Bynum's injury and the way you've picked up the slack?
Yeah, no, we're doing an excellent job. You know, we're playing well both ends. You know, tonight in Minnesota, they made a lot of tough shots. And you're going to have games like that because we want to see the best out of our opponents.
You break a lot of records. You broke another one tonight. You passed Elgin Baylor on the Lakers all-time scoring list. You're number 20 in the NBA now. I know these things don't always mean something, but passing Elgin means something, right?
Well, I mean, it's always special. You know, the Lakers have such a rich tradition and rich history of some of the top players ever play, and you know, to have my name mentioned among those greats is it's an awesome feeling.
You ready to get out of this cold?
Man, you know that. You know that.
Thanks for stopping, Kobe. That's Kobe Bryant. Back to you.
All right, so the Lakers get 28 from Kobe. Clutch free throws down the stretch. 25 from Gasol, 25 from Odom. But real anxious moments against Minnesota on the road to start the trip.
It shouldn't have surprised anybody because that's what the Lakers have been doing of late, especially against these teams that you think that they're going to be able to just go in and not handle easily, but just handle. They like to make you stick around.
Yeah, they did that. On Oscar night, they kept their audience here. Concerned about our ratings, were they? For Stu Lance, John Ireland, I'm Joel Myers. Thanks for joining us. Oklahoma City, the next stop on the tour. The Lakers, 46-10, 20-6 on the road after beating the Wolves tonight, 111-108. So long.